Welcome, everybody. You know what time it is. Saturday night. Saturday night special time. I think we've got a pretty fun show lined up for everybody tonight. So sit back, relax, get your drink in your hand, and let's cue the music and get this crap rolling. And here we are. I am Kyle, your host tonight. My panel of people is going to be Mr. Absolute Geek himself, Matt. Brucifer 666, the Kingdom of Nerds. Sticks Boy, the guy who's on everything, who could between Bruce and Yee. Sticks Boy is right up there because I think those three guys are the most. They're on every show. And then we've got we've got Mr. Anime Triple Dodgeball Sam. So we have not one surprise guest tonight. We have two surprise guests. Our first surprise guest is Marco.
Hey, did I miss the intro music?
Yeah,
I remember we used to do a show together, and the intro music was really dope.
Guy, we have Marco, the person that everybody loves to hate.
Do they still?
No buttons tonight? What is this?
No, what? I did. You know what? It was it's one night, no buttons the next night. I'm a little bit under the weather, and I just got.
Look at the professionalism of Marco. I've never seen this. He has an arm and a microphone hanging from it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the old MCM days where we just fucking just wing it with whatever we did.
Now he can't get drunk and go back and have his microphone like this.
That's how you knew the Maker's Mark was progressively taking him down as he sat farther back with the mic.
The farther back I'd go, the better.
Maker's Marco.
I was hoping that we were going to get a butt-up shirt, and then as the night went, the buttons came undone.
That happened before too.
Dive down that happy trail.
We still might. You don't know. You don't. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
So let's
what is
see.
Must be getting cold in the great state of Michigan because that deep V isn't showing. Deep V.
What's up, Repair Tech Tony?
We've got GT. He came in first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. He made sure to make his presence known.
Hey, big shout out to Anthony Jimenez, new member of the channel.
Yep, Mr. Anthony, the new guy. What's up, new guy? We've got Jeffrey. What's up? Mr. Ed.
Ed, good to see you.
Level.
Ed remembers the good old days of Makers.
Yes, I did. I shaved just because Tony was coming. I wanted to look good for him.
It's been a while. I mean, I know you guys haven't seen him. I mean, I've seen him recently too, a couple times, but for those that don't know, we used to be on a show together a long time ago.
BK HR is in the building.
Yeah, that's where the HR moniker came from, as a matter of fact. That was I was put there to be their HR. It didn't work out well. I got corrupted instead. I just got drunk all the
Cherokee.
It
I think we got it pretty fun. We got some new stuff for you. We've got, like I said, we've got Tony Fleecs coming soon. We've got.
What's been going on this week? Anything good? Anything good? Anything
Batman Day. Today's Batman Day.
All right, happy Batman Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Batman. We have Batman from the Flash movie here with us.
What are you talking about?
Michael Keaton.
Talking about old Michael Keaton right over there.
That's
That guy right
Sticks
there.
Boy is
Around here
Michael
somewhere.
Keaton's
Stunt
that-
double.
that's a stunt double.
I'll find him.
Oh, it's a joke that I don't get.
It's his
Okay, cool.
stand-in.
All right, yeah, I got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Keep up. Try to keep up, Mirko.
Here, joke, Marco.
That one
Now.
in my head.
Took a little off the top.
But you know what, Matt? How was everybody's week? How was your week, Matt?
Interesting to say the least, I guess. Otherwise, not much to scream home about.
Marco's going to keep this show on the rails.
No. This is the 6th best show on Renovision for a reason.
Yes.
Nobody can contain us.
Sticks cried at all that cosplay money going down the drain.
I know. Well, I want to know if Sam has any updates from last week's dodgeball story.
Did Marco just pop a Xanax
unfortunately-
in his mouth on
Unfortunately,
camera?
they're not good updates.
Uh-oh.
So last week, I informed everybody that dodgeball was in dire straits because the kid got in trouble with the janitor who took it to the administration, and they came back and they said, hey, you need to sign a contract. You need to get an insurance policy before there's any more dodgeball activities at this location. And we have been struggling to get anybody to give us even a look, even give us an estimate for an insurance policy.
They said, these guys, no, sir.
That these guys are uninsurable.
No, sir.
So we
will not give that.
We have now contacted 3 different insurance brokers. Two, most everybody just says we don't insure sports leagues. 2 have said we'll give them a look and then rejected us. And then I've got 2 more. And then we're also trying to insure it under a different type of policy, not a sports league policy, but a production company policy, like a filming policy.
I will, you give me $200 and I'll write you something up.
Oh, you're going to underwrite the policy? You got $1 million to pay for the liability?
I was just going to write.
I've never signed with TNA.
I was just going to write $1 million on
a certificate.
Yeah, of authenticity.
What do you need? What do you need?
In crayon.
My dodgeball league got good night.
Tyson.
Freaking dog.
Shut that damn dog up.
Shut up, dog. Shut
that damn dog up.
Shut up. My dodgeball league got kicked out because we don't have an insurance policy. So
how much does it cost to get you an insurance policy?
I don't know. It could be I think it's going to be about $500, but we can't even get an underwriter to write the policy.
All right, here. Where's my phone? I'll send you a couple.
Get with me, Sam. Get with me after. I have a couple insurance people that'll help you.
All right.
Excellent. There you
I have
reached out.
Well, good job. So this show's now about how we're gonna fix the insurance problems. Cool. Good. Hey, you guys really good job here. Used to be an awesome show where we had lots of pace, talk comic books, fucked around a lot, got drunk.
And this is why
we will get to that. We will get to
just
that.
Hey, let's just talk about life.
Comic book drama. We talk dodgeball drama.
This is why we're the 6th best show on Renovision.
Yep.
Dude, we might have to stop Bruce and Sticks. If this is what you're doing on every show, we just might have to reduce the amount of workload you guys are doing here lately.
I mean, you can go to some shows and listen to old men scream about opening toys and packages, or you can come here and listen to dodgeball drama. Like,
we got
a real life choice of shit to watch on this. Good.
Marco's got a guy.
I don't got a guy. Sticks said he does. I said I'll just throw him a couple $100. Donated $100.
Hey, it's all welcome. I welcome both. Both of those solutions sound really great to me.
I just don't understand. Yeah, usually you can just it's dodgeball. Like, what the hell do we need it?
Yeah, it's wild to me too. I can't imagine that the policy would even cost more than a couple $100.
Yeah, like the Golden Corral or Ponderosa, if you will, if you live in the great state of Michigan of podcast, you can get a little bit of everything here.
I'm not quite. I think it's been a very long time since you've been in Michigan because I know they don't exist anymore.
I know
think we have either one of those.
You don't have a Ponderosa?
Oh no. There was a while ago we watched it.
Yeah. Or as we used to call it, Ponderosa.
Yeah. So is Ponderosa the place where they? Can you explain it? Because we do
need a Hard Knocks featuring.
Wasn't there a place that had like steaks and then they did a bunch of stuff on top of that? Like it was a buffet, but it was steaks.
Golden Corral.
Sirloin Stockade.
I think Ponderosa did that too.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. I think I went to one time. TNA or very at least.
Did you hit the salad bar?
I was really young, probably.
Got him with the salad bar.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm scarred. I probably went to one salad bar there, and I'm just.
And that's what ruined it. All right, Matt. Let's start the news. kick off the news. Marco ate at a salad bar.
Extra, read all about it. My inside sources tell me that Kyle's actually going to go into a movie theater where a man is going to gently caress his legs, all for the chance to see the return of Back to the Future on the big screen.
I'm going to go. It's on a Saturday night, so I have to go after the show. But it's going to be Back to the Future night in theaters, one night only, October 21st.
Yeah, that's why Kyle doesn't like to go to the theaters, because he was sexually assaulted by a man next to him.
I don't believe
it wasn't me. Said
that for real? I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
if it was Bruce, I would still be going to the movies, but this was some rando.
He does like the warm touch of my hand on his thigh.
Jesus.
Some guy was trying to get to second base on you, Kyle.
Well, he wanted me to go to third. I was being nice.
This guy was trying to shift gears.
Oh,
jeez.
I'm back.
It was a slow ride.
Those aren't my Raisinets.
Wow. Who eats Vienna sausages at a movie theater? What the hell is this?
Dude, could you believe how steaky it would be if you're in Arizona with how hot it is and just like people clamming and then eating fucking Vienna? Oh, gross. Gross.
Walmart's got them on special, 70 cents a tin.
Why do you know that? Why do you know that? Why?
He's a father of 12. He's got to know.
No, there's still.
It's been a couple weeks. It's got to be 15 by now.
All right. What is going on here?
So yeah, I'm excited that there's a Back to the Future day and it's October 21st. I am to go see Back to the Future on the big screen. That's a thumbs up for me.
So is this countrywide with theaters, a certain theater, or just any theater?
It's a Fathom event, so it's going to be limited
AMC's.
release.
Yeah,
mostly AMC's.
Yeah, probably AMC or Regal.
But I'm stoked. So
congratulations, Kyle.
I'm excited. This is my favorite movie. So
I wish it was the play.
Is it?
The musical.
I just wish they would re-release Armageddon in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
And this time Harry lives.
He's gonna make it one of these times.
He's gonna make it off that fucking asteroid. But yeah, Back to the Future Day. So I'm excited. You guys don't seem to be as excited as I am, but that's all right.
We need Armageddon 2: Deeper Impact.
No, we do not.
That's a porn.
Starring you and Liv Tyler.
Oh yeah. Hey, 7 years today. Mm-hmm. Somebody sent me me and Liv Tyler picture. So
congratulations.
So do you have a restraining order at this point, or what?
We should bring it up.
You do have a restraining order, I take it? Yes.
You bring it up, Matt?
Yeah.
Is that it? That was all news? That was it?
No.
The end of the news. Yeah, that's all we had.
Right there. See, look. Liv Tyler. I was doing the animal cracker scene with her.
Oh, good Lord.
No wonder she was wrong for life.
What did I get myself into?
Ed says, "Woo! I made this drink way too strong." All right. Next we have we have Rob Liefeld news. Rob Liefeld posted the other day and he says, "Hey y'all, yet another delusional person who is making up ridiculous lies. None of his lies would stand up to an inch of scrutiny. Thank you for sending this my way. News to me and news to Marvel." Added the 2016 article where Stan Lee says he wishes he had created Deadpool. Getting this on the record and moving on. This guy says, "I have a secret I'm telling the world. I sat down with Stan Lee and created a character called Deadpool."
Wait, what? Who's this random dude? And why does this matter? Like, is Rob, after all these years, is he still not figured out how the internet works?
No.
Like, he doesn't get it, right? Like, we know somebody who doesn't get how the internet works. Like, he just doesn't understand how the internet works. But like,
he doesn't even know how to socialize, let alone know how the internet works.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you doing here, dude?
But not only did this guy create...
Who is this? Is this guy just some random dude? It is just
He's
some
a
random
neighbor of yours. He's from Michigan.
That's right. So that's the best troll ever because he's getting popular for this. What?
Not only did he create Deadpool, he says, back in the 1980s, I created the inspiration for the original Mermaid Starbucks coffee logo. That's my father, Gary, had it all started.
Guy's amazing. Can
He
we
was a
interview
part of
this
this
guy?
Did you guys ever see?
Wait, hold on. Why don't you guys have this dude on? This guy's fucking amazing. He's from Michigan. What part of Michigan is he from? Let me look this guy up. Oh, well, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Did you guys ever see Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion?
Yeah, they made Post-its.
Hey,
Yeah,
Joe,
that's
what's up?
this guy. He's just getting ready for his high school reunion. I invented Deadpool. I invented Starbucks. I invented Post-its.
Hey, but see, like this is how this is. Look, you know, all he's doing is fucking just trying to get anybody to fucking respond, and of course, Rob the shitbag Liefeld takes bait and just goes with it, right? Like he just fucking goes with it.
It says
like,
on his Commodore 64 with print shop artwork, he made the Starbucks logo, and the owner and their business partners loved it so much that a kid made it. They ended up
don't even go
using it.
together.
Yeah, because now he's George R. Martin and writing on a Commodore 64, huh?
Yeah, where the fuck? Hey, no offense if you're from Monroe, Michigan, great place. The garage out there, wonderful wings, and they got that like calzone thing that's okay. But you've never been to fucking Seattle before in your life, so how the fuck did he know about Starbucks in 1980? Well, I mean, like, no offense, but there's holes everywhere. I love this guy though. I fucking love him, dude, because it's working, right?
Yeah, how
Like,
old is this guy? There's no way he was old enough in 1980 to create the
17.
Starbucks coffee logo.
No, he's older than 17. He's probably
I
like
know.
30, but still, yeah.
That was,
Well, it's not even that.
Back in the 1980s,
Back,
years
back-
before I was born, I
Back-
created the Starbucks logo.
but hey, this guy is doing it. He's winning. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell you how he invented the Earth next. People are gonna get fucking mad at it, dude. This
I
is exactly.
invented Post-its.
We need to start doing that.
Hey, little movie perp. What's going on, buddy?
We're gonna make
he
up
probably
stuff
invented-
that we invented. Is that what we're doing?
He invented
Yeah.
glue
New
on the back of
segment. New
postage
segment.
stamps, too.
Stuff that we invented that we didn't
Yeah.
actually invent.
I
Dude,
invented
hey.
Renavision.
You
We're gonna
did. You
Photoshop.
absolutely did.
We're gonna Photoshop ourselves into pictures of us inventing things.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I got a couple ideas right now, right off the top of my head. Hey, I like this. This is great. Congratulations to this dude.
Back in 1963, Marco invented the deep V.
I didn't. No. Back in 1932, I invented chest hair popping out of your collar, bro. For real. Get out of here.
And the gold chain. But yes,
The gold chain.
I would like to salute Roger for
I did
making
too.
the Starbucks logo.
I'm
and
looking this
creating
dude up.
Deadpool.
What's his name? Roger.
I
Roger Kiplinger.
This is all. He's even got an awesome fucking name. Oh my god. And
You
then
know,
he
there
says,
was a guy. There was a guy I went to high school with, and he would want when I was in Indiana, he would call me like once a month, and just every time it was always the same conversation. And he would say, "Don't you think I got screwed out of playing more football time when we were in high school?" I was like,
"Oh, you have one of those guys."
And
You had an
and
Uncle
then
Rico.
after 3 months of him calling me every time we having the same conversation, he called me one last time to say, "Hey, I was off my meds. Sorry about that." And then we never spoke again.
Buffy was a member of Flock of Seagull, the founding member of Flock of Seagulls.
That's this guy. He's gonna post, "Hey, I was off my
Dude.
meds."
Yeah, that should be the next thing. No, this guy's fucking amazing. This guy's awesome. I love this. He's LinkedIn
30 years ago, I sat down with Stanley and created a character called Deadpool.
He's like 30 years old. He started his
25 years old.
he's like 30 years old, and he started Designscape Studios at 24 in Los Angeles, California. Somehow, there's no way you don't move from Los Angeles, California to Monroe. Like, there's just no. I think there's a nuclear power plant in Monroe. I mean, that's not. It's not like. God bless this guy, though.
It has to be true because before he started the story, he wrote "True Story."
Yeah.
Automatically
Hey,
makes
hashtag
it
true
true.
story.
That is a true story.
He even gave it the quadruple.
Oh no! Oh, okay, you ready? He studied under 3 professional famed comic book illustrators, creating works for DC, Marvel, Image, Comic, Dark Horse. Heavy Metal Magazine, Wizards of the Coast, comic books, trading cards, movie posters, traveled to the U.S. as a studio representative promoting studio work at Comic-Cons, interacting in the public, media, and fans. Except for that, you can't find anything that he actually published.
Yeah.
In any of those magazines. So, Melting Pot 30th Anniversary Specialist. All right, there you go.
You know, this one time I was walking down the street and I saw this little girl and
whoa, let's stop.
Yeah, hey, now I'm here. Whoa.
She was doing a little tap dance and I gave her some money and I said, you know what? You're going to be something someday. And she grew up to be Beyonce. You're welcome. I invented Beyonce.
Why is Kyle not taking credit for the movie Sausage Party?
Vienna Sausage Party.
The German version.
Yeah, here's his first job ever was a game creator for SmackDown Raw 2007, 2005, and 6. So how if your first job is in 2006? And he went to University of Toledo, which makes it hard to believe that he would. I mean, I believe he's probably in Monroe his entire life because UAT from Monroe is like 15 minutes. This guy's amazing. I love him. I'm not. Can I get off the show real quickly so I can look more into this dude? This fucking guy's great. This guy's fucking awesome. Why aren't we reaching out to him? Hey, find out where this guy. Dub, you'll watch this later. Find out where this guy is downriver and let me know.
Downriver.
That's where Monroe is. It's downriver. That's where we put all of our interesting people.
Dude, like, this guy, it must be hard for him to even function with the so much greatness leaking out of him. It's awesome.
I love the selfie that he took in fucking Starbucks. Jesus fuck. I created that fucking logo. Look at these people giving me
I like how the chick in the plaid shirt. Oh no, never mind. It looked like she's doing the shocker, but that's just the top of her apron. It looked like her pinky was out. I was like, I like how the chick's doing the shocker.
Yeah. That would have been funny.
With the pink one, stink.
What else do we got?
All right, moving on.
What's about the dude molesting the girl in the background there? Oh shit, more Liefeld.
Yes, more Rob Liefeld news as he recreates his bulky Captain America with Sam Wilson. The co-creator of both Nathan Summers and Cable and Wade Wilson Deadpool shared a new variant cover for the upcoming Captain America #1 that homages Liefeld's infamous design of Steve Rogers / Captain America and Heroes Reborn. Liefeld acknowledges this in the caption, writing, "Had to get something off my chest" when he shared the cover on X/Twitter. But his anatomy is still terrible.
No,
he fucked it up. He couldn't even copy his own shit in this. Because if you look at it now, he had like the one mega uniboob on Captain America, and now it's like a side deflated half boob, other boob up.
When you're standing sideways, you can't see the other.
I don't
pec.
know.
So the fact that both pecs are in there is
this is what I find
ridiculous.
I don't know what goes on, and I figure there's only 2 states where people actually buy fucking Rob Liefeld's bullshit.
Michigan and
It's got to be Arizona and fucking Florida, right?
No, clearly it's Michigan.
It isn't. It's not. This is where we say we invented it. But like, have you guys ever? I mean, I know Matt goes to the comic book store and stuff. Like, have you guys ever seen anybody buy Rob Liefeld stuff?
Yep.
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Never. I've never if you go to our LCSs, they're stocked with maybe people get it pulled, right? But like nobody's like, oh shit, that Rob Liefeld cover's out fire. Let's go grab 5 of those copies.
I gotta get that motherfucker.
I knew somebody in Arizona that did like that, and he's an idiot though. So I mean, I could understand. But but you guys know what I'm talking about. But so anyways, but yeah, I mean, like besides that, yeah, nobody. I don't understand. Like, you can't objectively say this is good.
Well, here's the other thing about it. Okay, here's the other thing about it is that he's trying to slim down Sam Wilson so we forget how horribly oversized he made Captain America. Like you can see in the background, he's just like a blown up balloon. And then he slimmed down Sam Wilson.
That's how ripped Rob Liefeld thinks his chest is.
Yeah, he's his own model, right? He's always
I think this is the case. This is I kind of like the case with them. I mean, I've I think we've all know the stories, or at least have been around enough people where we know where, like when Liefeld goes and shows up to places, then, he's like, oh man, these people didn't promote me well enough because the crowds aren't fucking big enough and shit. Like he openly says that. Like,
he's
always very critical.
He went on Coke Knot and said he's not doing a lot of comic book shows anymore for that reason.
Yeah, because it's the promoters.
Enough?
Yeah, no, because the promoters are holding back the crowds for him because there's millions of people, but they're just not reaching it of his fans. No, I shit you not. He shit over some local comic book store owners that I know and was like, oh yeah, hey, it's really great. It's good that I want to help your store out, blah, blah, all that bullshit. Then he got there and he was heard behind the scenes a bunch of times talking like, God, this store's a dump. They can't even bring my fans won't even come out here because it's such a crap hole. I'm surprised anybody showed up. Like, dude, he did a terrible job. They did a terrible job promoting me. Like, that's what he said. That's what he says. Like, at that point, I don't. So like that.
My original curtains.
I would have put that on. I would have put that on a T-shirt. Rob, this store's a dump. Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, but like, but I mean, like, what type of guy does that? Like, what type of guy does that? And then just like, I don't think he, like, I think there is a personal disconnect where he, is it like his mom just keeps telling him he's such a good boy and everybody loves him or something? Like,
Yes.
I don't.
Everybody loves you, Robbie.
I think we need the behind the scenes of Rob because I think there's something there where. Like, if you ever met him or dealt with the disconnect.
Oh, somebody did a story on him a long time ago. Like, that's already been done.
He stands in a mirror. I'm a strong and capable man. Everybody loves my art. I am the god of anatomy.
Dude, hey, Buffy guy, do you know who that guy in the background's supposed to fucking be? Steve Rogers, buddy. That's who that's fucking supposed to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's Rob Liefeld. That's a self-portrait.
Oh, all right.
Yes, I have meat curtain bed sheets.
Went to the gym. Did one push up. Absolutely ripped. Rob Liefeld.
Yeah. All right. All right. Move along for this guy though. I mean, this is just sad. It's sad. Hopefully, he can find the help he needs.
Which Robin deserves the Batman mantle most? So we put this in here because Batman Day. Batman has several partners over the course of his storied history, but none are more significant than Robin. Whoever wears this mantle not only is responsible for watching Batman's back while on patrol, but also for reigning in the Dark Knight.
I love that show.
That threatens to consume him every time he puts on the cowl. In short, Robin is the light to Batman's darkness, bringing joy and hope where Batman brings fear. Each of the young men and women he has worked alongside has fulfilled this role in their own unique way. Yet, which one of them will take over as Batman?
Man, nobody wants to hear you read an 8-hour paragraph.
That's fine.
Yeah, I do. I love it.
I do.
It helps.
That's all right.
Sleep at night.
I'll stop reading now because of Marco.
Tony's in the panel. What up, Tony?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Thank you for having me back. What are we talking about?
We're talking about who would take over the Batman mantle from Robin, right?
I think they all should.
We're talking over who's the most deserving Robin to become the next Dark Knight.
They should all be Batman.
It's gotta be his
and
son,
you never
right?
know which Batman you're going to get when you fight somebody.
It's whichever one holds the flashlight for Batman the best while he's changing the lug nuts on the Batmobile. Hold it steady.
You got 57 seconds. Oh, fuck.
I don't think it would pass right to the sun. That seems like legal mumbo jumbo like that. Batman and Robin operate outside of the law, right? They're not constrained to our human rules and probate.
I'm above the law.
Yeah. There's no probate for these guys. They got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
They're skipping probate.
Well, I mean, I don't. Then who would it be? Like that would be the most logical sense, right? Or no?
No.
Oh,
That's why I say all of them.
Bruce, nobody. Okay, Bruce, give us your great analysis of which Robin, probably the worst Robin ever, the one that got killed, is the one that he wants. Bruce, who do you want? Tell us.
Tim
Please.
Drake, of course, the best Robin ever,
Oh, good Lord.
because he's good with his stick.
And just like that, who's Bruce first?
Hey, where'd he go? He was just here. Where'd he go?
He's back.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
back.
Nice.
No.
Hey, Tony, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
How you been?
I've been good. Just been
It's
here
been-
working. I'm in LA. I was hanging out with Marco a couple weeks ago in Baltimore. Was that 1 week
Sorry.
ago?
We were.
It was last weekend.
Yeah.
Were you the one that convinced him to unbutton his shirt all the way
No,
down?
he didn't. No, he didn't come out with us. He was like, "You're a moron." He did say this. He looked at me, goes, "The fuck did you do last night?" I was like, "She goes, you're an idiot." I go, "Yeah."
He had his head in his hands like this. He just,
Oh yeah.
just sitting out on the curb.
I was. Okay. Well. Okay. Yes, I was. But it was
Tony
because...
gave him $2 as he was walking into the convention. The homeless person.
Things are gonna get better. Buddy.
So I know there's that door. Every year I try to go in. There's a place we go to breakfast. Every year I try to go in the door. The door is always locked. It only unlocks at 8:00. I keep forgetting that, and every time we make breakfast appointment for 8:00.
Yeah.
So I go there. I'm usually early. I go to reach the door. Every year I'm either drunk or hungover, and every year I forget about it, and then I sit there like a homeless person, and the door's already unlocked. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's the gist of it. So yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you look like one of the way more together homeless people there for sure.
No, thank you.
That's a rough area for the unhoused.
There were some shiners there. I agree, Tony.
Only the most destitute.
It was, yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It seemed better this year than last year. Less rats running around just in the open daylight, and yeah, that's all I got to say about it. That's all I got to say about it.
BK would like you to take some of that Stray Dogs money and buy Marco a real T-shirt.
BK, I bought a house with it, and it's gone now. So
yeah, this is a new room. We don't have a dog running around. I see you got a new area back there. A little picture.
My dog is right over.
Where's
here.
the library? Is this your new library? Oh, see right there. There you go.
There you
Oh, so cute.
My new library is out in the studio, but the internet signal is not as good out there. So
Did you just hear what he said in the studio? Look at how. Remember when we used to have Tony on?
Like,
It was nice little Tony.
regular.
Tony going like, wait a minute, people are gonna like this book. Yeah. It's a sweet book. It's really cool. I was gonna have Dub cut that little scene where Tony's like, wait a minute, this thing's gonna be big, and we're like, yeah, it's gonna be
This
really
book
big.
right here.
Yeah, that book.
Top 11 Image Comics since the advent of Saga or whatever the.
Yeah, look at his baller. I'm not picking up any more meals for this guy. From now on, everything's on him.
Listen, very much appreciated. That was.
No, I love you guys. It's a blessing to always see you guys. I like to spend time. Plus, you guys ground me, because in the meantime,
You're grounded,
getting
Marco.
drunk with you know what I do out in Baltimore. So
You really have fun at that show. We just we mainly just worked. I stuck around for a day after Baltimore and hung out with Trish and worked on the new thing. So we just hung out and actually, for the first time ever, worked in the same room on stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, she's always good to see. I mean, like I like you, Tony, but it's nice to see Trish and her family also. Of
course.
She brings her whole family out, so it's always good to hang out with you guys. And yeah, it's like when you're in college, and then like you come home for the weekend, but it's not quite the holiday. It's just some random weekend, and you see your parents, and it's like, okay, you get your thing back.
I'm your parents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you're centering me because then I go back to debauchery. You see, I'm in. It's debauchery out there, like, and I enjoy it.
And you go with your millionaire friends.
Well,
you'll have real fun.
No, it's not that. They're both funds. It's two different types of funds.
He's got this like satin shirt that he likes to unbutton all the way down.
It's not sad. It's not sad.
It's velour, actually.
It's velour.
Marco's a knight in white satin.
It's better. It's better than last year when I was crashing the Ringo Awards to try to cheer for Tony and Trish, and I'm wearing a hoodie and like shorts with running pants underneath it, just looking like an idiot. And everybody's just
that's basically a tuxedo.
Michigan tuxedo.
Luckily, you didn't have to cheer for us. That all worked out in your.
I tried. No, I did try. I was very disappointed. Yeah. So, but whatever.
What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about new comics or what's going on?
We do. So there was something that I did want to tell you. I kind of teased you in on this one, and it's kind of a joke, I guess. But like the super fan of Army of Darkness, in which I was alluding to, just happens to be K-Dog. You already know him. Yes.
Awesome. Well, this was great.
Army of Darkness. I read what you sent us, and it was fucking fantastic.
Oh, good. Well, let's read everybody else in on what's going on. Did you guys all have a chance to look at it, or
we did? I did.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I sent it to them.
Hey, share with me.
See,
whatever.
Okay, well, we can pull it up. We have the PD. Wait, can we pull it up?
I don't think we ought to pull it the whole thing.
Okay.
Don't pull it.
We won't pull the whole thing up.
It's just on FOC this week. That's why I'm here talking to you guys. I'm writing. a new series at Dynamite, Army of Darkness Forever, and it's a direct sequel to Army of Darkness, the regular cut and the director's cut. So it's it's this. They've done a couple of sort of like follow-ups to the movie. They've been doing Army of Darkness comics for 20 years. And they've done a couple that are sort of like what would happen right after the movie. Steve Niles did one, but they've never done one that incorporated the director's cut. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put my dog in his crate because he's starting to get a little. You hear him tapping around.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
Come here.
No.
He's doing that.
Look, hey, look at his new digs. Tony been doing good since last we spoke to him, huh? I got a studio. Shit.
Light this cigar with $100 bills.
Right. Good boy.
What? Wait, what? I'm getting a call from 1-8. Hey, what's going on, that dude?
Hey,
you guys
Vince.
know if he
What's going on,
used-
Vince?
Hey, so
money from
hey,
writing
this
a
is the
book
thing,
about
Kyle.
someone-
Sorry.
We read this. Put it in your guys' Facebook thing so the other boys can read it real quickly. But it was really good.
Yeah, I'll post it right now.
All right, sorry, Tony. Go ahead. Finish.
I'm
finish
back.
your
I
thought.
apologize for that.
No, you're good.
Good.
My back, he's just got the tappiest little toes. But yeah, so it's the first time they've done anything that's dealt with the original director's cut ending of Army of Darkness, which anybody that knows that movie or has the DVD or anything knows is like this awesome, like one of the great all-time what could have been type endings, because they were going to take Ash and the way they threw him into the medieval times at the end of the last movie, at the end of this movie, they were going to throw him 100 years into the future after the end of the world. And Bruce Campbell had said it was going to be like Ash versus the Techno Army of Darkness. And so just like the idea of like a sci-fi Army of Darkness movie to me always seemed like, I always was bummed out that it never happened. And so when Stray Dogs took off, Dynamite, Nick Barucci hit me up and was like, hey, do you have any interest? We're going to do something for Army of Darkness's 30th anniversary. And I said, has anybody ever done what happens after that ending? And they said no. So then I just sort of took off and started working on it.
There's no way you said it that calm. I know you started to shake a little bit because you got so excited.
Well, sure, it was in emails, so I could have my excitements, quietly off, where no one could see, and then I could just send a very professional email.
You're shaking,
Sounds
trying
good.
to type, but
I think he's a little. That was what you would do, Kyle, or you'd start yelling at the main actor in the film.
I didn't yell at him.
You yelled at Bruce Campbell? What happened?
Oh yeah, Bruce Campbell's a saint, by the way, a saint.
Sure.
I didn't yell at him. I did have to get a little stern with him.
He got his dad voice out.
Oh,
So, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Campbell fan. Like, I think he's awesome. I think I caught him on a bad day.
He never has a bad day. This guy, I know he was at a wedding. Somebody just passed away, and he still was the nicest man ever. Was signing everybody's stuff, held off, and did everything in a wedding. So so stop with your bullshit. But go ahead, tell your story. Okay, go ahead, tell your story.
So you're at a wedding with Bruce Campbell.
No, he's not.
Sign my lunchbox, damn it.
He's at a con.
I'm at a Comic-Con, and
yes.
I knew Bruce Campbell was there. I was going to be excited. So I brought my Army of Darkness metal lunchbox
Yes.
for Bruce to sign. I stand in line. I wanted to be first because I really wanted to, get some intimate time with Bruce. The con kept making me move and kept making me leave and come back. They wouldn't let me just stand there.
Oh, annoying.
And that part didn't matter. So Bruce comes out and he says, I'm not signing this and I'm not signing that. And there were certain things he wouldn't sign because certain comics because he didn't get paid for.
Yeah.
And
wait, what's that pointing for, Tony?
Well, he's definitely not going to sign. He doesn't sign Dynamite comics, famously.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's
because they don't pay him for his likeness rights. But also, P.S. No comic companies pay anyone for their likeness. It's not like Harrison Ford gets a check from Marvel every month.
yeah.
True.
But I went up and I was like, I would like you to sign. And I brought this special silver paint marker because I knew it would, it would show up nice on my lunchbox.
Yeah.
And he looks at and he busts out a fucking Sharpie. And I was like, Bruce.
Yes.
He called them Bruce like they're homies. Hey, Bruce.
I was like, dude, it's a black lunchbox. You're not gonna write in Sharpie.
You said it like that?
Yeah.
Why don't you just say I brought a pen?
Thank you, Tony. Tell him, please.
Really,
I give him the reputation of being the jerk all the time, but I don't talk to anybody like the way this dude talks to people all day, man.
Bruce.
Come on.
You said, really, Bruce, a Sharpie?
Yeah. I was like, you're not going to sign that in Sharpie, Bruce. No.
DK said the con workers were just worried about your cardio, Kyle.
And I was like, dude, it's a black. I was like, that's a black Sharpie on a black lunchbox. It's not going to show up. I was like, I got this silver paint marker. And he went, you know, that's never going to dry. And I was like, what?
Oh my
He's
God.
a paint marker on metal.
Expert.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, I've done a lot of autographs. I know how this is done.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign it in black. And I said,
Now
no,
you really
sir.
have an interaction.
No, sir. I said, I'm the paying customer. I am paying for something.
You know who I am. You know who I am.
I said, I want it. It was at a Phoenix Comic-Con.
Okay.
And he was like, and then he went, yes, sir. You are the customer. And he wrote it in silver.
Yeah.
I said, thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it. He said, that's never going to dry. And I went like this. Look, Bruce, it's dry.
You did that to him?
Oh,
Yes.
You're really breaking this guy's balls. Hasn't he?
Yeah, thank you, Tony. I've been telling him this shit for years, man, and he doesn't.
I love Bruce. But I was like, come on, man.
Already he's not getting paid by these comic book companies, and then he has to come out to a convention and just get shit on by you and your markers. It's terrible.
First thing, too, apparently.
I was not first. I was like fifth. I was pissed.
I met him years ago, like before I was even in comics. I met him at a Barnes & Noble in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He wrote an autobiography, and he was on a book tour, and somehow he ended up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It was pretty packed. Sioux Falls had some horror fans out there for him. I had him sign that, and I had him sign the Necronomicon edition DVD of Army of Darkness. Or no, Evil Dead 1. And then that thing has completely disintegrated in the whatever 20 years since. Those things, remember those DVDs that look like the Necronomicon?
Yep, it was like they're like foam.
Yeah, they are disgusting now. They don't. It's not like I kept them out in the sun or anything. It was just in my DVD room, regular, like just in a normal, cool, dry place, and it turned to dust.
Well, that's a bummer.
Evil energy.
Mr. Campbell, to you, buddy.
But yeah, so anyway, I made this comic, and it goes on FOC on Monday. Artwork by Justin Greenwood, who did Stumptown, and he did this book Crone at Dark Horse. He worked on a Batman book. What was that one? Gotham.
Yeah.
The Future Gotham one that came out of Future State. Might have been called Future State Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my buddy. And then Brad, who colors Stray Dogs and Local Man and all my other stuff, is coloring it too. So it's a real it's a good team on this book, and it's hopefully going to be 12 issues long. And my idea for it is that it like fits on your Blu-ray shelf in between Army of Darkness and whatever Evil Dead remake or whatever you put on the other side of Army of Darkness. Like it'll fit right into comes right after Army of Darkness and fits in with everything else.
I love it that you gave the Army of Darkness recap, so they got the.
Yeah,
they got if they never ever seen it, which I don't know who's never seen Army Darkness, but if you haven't seen it, you get a nice little intro to it. I just wish you would have put.
They just don't remember it specifically, It's been 30 years.
Your shoelaces untied. I wish you would have put that one in.
Wait, what did I put?
No, I wish you would have put your shoelaces untied.
Oh yeah. I didn't stop and hit all my favorite moments from the book. I like it when he tells him to go fuck himself. He says, "Get the fuck out of my face." That's the best.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Which had more covers? The Stray Dogs or Army of Darkness? Trevor.
Well,
you've got F cover, and then you've got two foil. I'm just gonna go through real quickly and check out some of these covers real quick.
Yeah,
so there's one.
Yeah, we got cool covers. We got Arthur Saddam here. We got Bruno Mattina.
I love Saddam. He's so funny, dude. He's hilarious.
That's a good looking cover too. I mean, it's your regular Army of Darkness shot, but he knows how to make it look good.
They got a foil of that too, don't they?
They're doing a foil of mine here.
They're doing a foil of yours, and I think they're doing a foil of this.
I just saw they're doing sketch covers too.
Yeah, there's a gray sketch cover. We'll get to it. There's a gray sketch cover, and there is
a white one, right?
Yeah, white one. The white one's like two. Who is this?
Got Nick Dragata on covers.
That's kind of cool, dude.
He doesn't do too much anything. I mean, he works on his own stuff, and he just did Superman and Spider-Man last year, but he doesn't get out too much. He's just sitting there spending his East to West money. He doesn't need this.
I love East to West, dude. East to West is fucking great.
Yeah, he's a genius. We were sort of working on that cover the same time as we were working on the beginning of the book. So me and him and Justin Greenwood are on a text thread together, and we would just sort of like kick designs back and forth. So Dragata drew like what he thought his, like evil robots would look like, and then Justin was drawing him, and then I was putting notes on. That was pretty fun coming up with that stuff.
Is this foil? This is your cover on the foil. Is this a incentive, like a 1 in 50 or something, or is this a 1 in 100?
I don't know.
You do not know, because I think the 1 in 100 is Sagan.
That one, that like the non-foil version, is just a regular cover that you can order.
Cover.
Yeah.
With Dynamite, it's like they get 50 regular ones. Oh, dude, that's cool.
Then they have the original painting cover. That
would be cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other cool thing they're doing is they're re-releasing at the same time as this, I think, unless it got pushed back, the hardcover, the original miniseries. Oh shit, I haven't seen that before.
I wasn't joking. This is H.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's 10 covers.
Well, so Stray Dogs Volume 1, number 1 had, I think, 9 covers.
Yeah.
So we'll put it up against that. So they have beat us there.
This is the 1 in 15 incentive, which is just the version, because that's what they're going to start doing. So this is the virgin version.
Yeah.
And then, so I think all those, your foil might not be too much extra.
I think
it's a couple extra bucks.
I've got
what number was I on? 3, 4?
I've got the Campbell connecting covers.
Jesus, that's J. You've got a virgin foil set of cover.
How many do you get? 15?
That's 15. That's not bad. Yeah, right. Is this has got to be the foil, because it's still got the sparkle on it, because the regular didn't have the sparkle, right?
No, it did. It's all sparkle.
It did? Yeah. Well, whatever. So you got a virgin 1 in 15.
Yeah.
Which is cover J. Do the alphabet and figure out what letter we're at. K is the virgin Sudan,
right?
Not zombified.
Do they start doing these black and white ones too? They do that sometime.
I think that one's a 1 in 20.
I'm so surprised that Marco knows how to manipulate URLs like that.
Yeah, he's killing it. Just goes to the next one, right?
I used to molest Dreamweaver all day long. So then
this is like that part in Social Network when he's building that face smash,
Giving you guys the secrets of the old school way to look through Preview World.
There we go. So so they're putting out this hardcover at the same time of the original John Bolton, Sam Raimi miniseries they did. That's an adaptation of the movie. I think that's cool. I mean, you could literally just read that and then read it.
But that doesn't even look like Bruce on the cover there. So, like, come on, man. Come on.
Don't you say anything bad about John Bolton from Classic X-Men fame.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying any of that. Deluxe Ultra Premium trading cards? Damn, they're really fucking putting it all out there, dude.
They're milking this 30th anniversary. Look at all this stuff.
Going hard.
For only $100.
That's a premium trading card display case set. How much is that thing? Let's see what the run on that is. Oh shit!
Whoa! Wow.
They told that's stray dog money there, bro.
Do I get one of those? I wonder.
You can.
I wonder if they'll show up in my comps.
No, you're not gonna get that comp, bro. I ain't copying that shit. Are you out of your mind? All right, let's see if they got anything else. Holy shit!
I haven't gotten anything ultra premium sent to me so far.
Did you see Army Darkness in theaters, Tony, when it came out?
No, it came out in '93. And so I was 14. It's rated R, so I wouldn't have been old enough to get in.
I had my friend's mom buy tickets for us so that we could go see it.
She got you in?
Yeah.
Man, what was that like seeing it the first time? After coming off Evil Dead 2, I mean, I guess he's going back in time, so you're ready for it.
Oh, it was fantastic. I was so giddy. I was such a giddy little 14-year-old.
Yeah. I didn't see it until college. So until I was like 18.
There is.
And then I didn't see the director's cut ending until DVD came out, which was just a little bit after that.
See,
So, but that, I've been thinking about that director's cut ending for years and years.
I have the director's cut with the map, so while you're watching it, there's a map on, and it's taking you and showing you everything that's going on.
Oh yeah, man, I miss crazy DVDs like that. They were really going wild for a while there, and now everything just comes out on streaming.
I know it is a bummer. Same thing with CDs though. You can't see the cool artwork and the
unless it's K-pop. That's what my nieces have taught me, is that all the cool design stuff is happening in K-pop now. They all come with little cards and posters and booklets and stuff.
No, that's not you.
That's not.
I like that gray. If you get an art, as long as you can tell the artist what color. I mean, I don't think you should do it the way Kyle did it, but like.
So I've started, because I just write this book, and I guess I draw covers for it too. But I've started on sketch covers and stuff for Stray Dogs. Like I just have this one remark that I like to do, and I can do it quickly, and I can just sort of keep it moving rather than get stuck drawing, a dog for a long time, or in this case, drawing Ash or whatever. So at the Baltimore show, I worked out my remark, and it's a sweet little Necronomicon. I feel like I'll be doing a bunch of Necronomicons on those sketch covers. I'm psyched they're making those.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. Like I think it's good giving the option too of multicolors. Like that's kind of, if you're gonna do it. I mean, that was one thing that was selling a shit ton on the floor was
sketch covers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many you have left with Stray Dogs or whatever, or how they allocate you over there, but I'd assume you'd like a nice healthy allocation. Is there, when you're doing that, do you have an agreement of how many books, like, when you do an exclusive, you're allocated so many books as part of your contract? Do you get it through like publishers through Dynamite where there's an allocation allotment?
No, I just get whatever comps they send. I'm sure I could get into go argue with them about how many comps I want and stuff. Because sometimes with publishers, it's like they couldn't pay me the rate that I wanted, but they could make up the rest with comps.
Yeah.
But that's hard to keep track of. I just with Dynamite, I just have them send me whatever. But then sometimes, like when I would do pony stuff, IDW or Star Wars stuff, it's like you get a certain number of comps for doing the cover, you get a certain number for doing the interiors. Sometimes it would be like I wrote it, I drew it, I colored it, so I would get a certain number. So sometimes I would just do one issue, but if I did enough jobs on it, I would end up with like a whole box of these comics, because I'm getting like 5 for every box. But I think it's been a while since I've gotten one where they did the math like that. I think some companies, they just throw one of everything in a box and send it over.
So after Stray Dogs, I'm sure you had to send out an email that says your pay rate has gone up a little bit of a percentage, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Although on this one, it's real funny that my editor on this is just real casual. And so like there was a long time I was working on it and I didn't know I was hired yet. I was just like, I guess, I mean, I keep sending him outlines and stuff, and he sent it to MGM, but he never once was like, you're hired. So I didn't know. And then after I wrote the first 2 issues, I was like, is somebody gonna tell me what my page rate is on this? I'm not great at business. So I hit him up and I was like, what do you think about this number? And he right away was like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, shit, I really
that's too low. Damn it, Tony. Damn it.
He said
I was charging pre-Stray Dogs rates.
See that? Yeah, I think that was my kid. He does. For those people that don't know, Tony did Transformers and ponies. He did Transformer pony crossover, and my kids love that book. They absolutely do. My daughter loves ponies and everything else. So they're asking for like that. They want a Ninjago pony crossover. So I was trying to pitch him all these ideas in Baltimore, and he's just like, IDW doesn't have Tony Fleece money anymore. Damn it. So that's funny.
They get me to come through and do some covers here and there, but yeah, I don't know if I have the bandwidth to do full pony stuff anymore.
Yeah, I think you should just stick to crossovers. That would be fun. Like
I mean, it's definitely exciting. I know that Transformers one took them forever to actually get put together. They're real careful with the pony license.
I wonder what that book's going for now, because that book was fucking expensive as shit for a while.
Transformers?
The Transformer Pony 1 in 100? Yeah, hell yeah. It was like $300.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Incentive. That incentive blew the shit up, dude. Somebody look that up while we're talking. Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, you've had some really good hits, Tony.
Oh, thanks.
And it's kind of nice that you're just still the same. Like every year, I expect you to be like,
well, we're not going to this place for breakfast anymore, buddy.
Well, that place is delicious. We're talking about Miss Shirley's in Baltimore.
It is.
It's real good.
I did have to order off menu this time, but it's still nice.
Well, I was going real heavy. We went and did fogo de chao the night before we had breakfast, and
that's the best place.
I already had just like a gut full of meat, so I was still trying to work out, and so I had to get like the parfait, get some yogurt, something help gut health.
I was surprised when they came in. I thought they were talking the same way I was because I was still in the deep, and they were hungover on meat. They were literally having a discussion about being hungover on meat.
Yeah, it was rough. Trish scheduled Fogo de Chao for the first night of the convention, so we really the whole rest of the show was just a real slog trying to, I can't eat meat like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, but I think so the first day of the show, he's like, "Oh man, we killed it." I noticed like Trish and them and so you guys, her side at least sold out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the second day, as I think you say, you're going. It probably is. It probably is.
Wow. That's why they don't take me seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that guy,
really
Marco? Sorry, Tony. We're gonna
sorry.
on you.
It's only like 2 or 3 that think that way, but there's only 4 publishers, so you're kind of shit out of luck. So, but yeah, how'd you end up doing on Sunday? How'd Sunday go for you?
It went okay. The show slowed down. It was weird. Usually it's like first day is a little slow, and then Saturday is crazy, and then Sunday it slows down again. This one, the Sunday slowed down the Saturday. So like the first day was like the big day.
How was you went to SDCC? How was SDCC this year?
SDCC was great. I mean, I haven't set up there in probably like 8 years. I just go, I'll sign an image or I'll sign it whoever's publishing my stuff. And then I just wander around. But this year was cool because of the strikes, nobody was like, there was no famous stuff there. And it wasn't like a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be empty. You can just walk through that place. It was pretty much the same amount of people. But one of my friends pointed out the vibe was cool because a lot of times you'll like go into a restaurant or you'll be like having drinks with somebody or hanging out with somebody. And you always know that like, it's like, you don't even have to apologize. The other person's always looking over your shoulder. You're always looking over their shoulder because you're just like, oh, maybe I'll see Childish Gambino or something, like just like maybe some of Dwight from The Office will come popping through here.
Right.
And so now nobody was worried about that this year. Everybody was just chilling, having a good time. It was sort of like pre-Twilight Comic-Con again for a little bit.
Nice. Well, except for the crowd was still freaking huge.
Yes. Yeah, the crowd was great. And I hope they have their Hollywood stuff worked out by next year. But I didn't mind having a sort of a chill year where there was nobody. Charlize Theron was not there.
You went to Heroes?
Not this year.
Okay.
And I went to. I think the weekend of Heroes might have been when I was at like an anime show in Sacramento that was crazy, 30,000 people. And I thought it was going to be a dud because I don't have anything that has anything to do with anime, but it was great.
Probably worked out. Yeah, they love the dogs there.
Fine. Yeah,
I feel come out here to Phoenix Comic-Con and party with us.
We keep saying it. I got to get that going. Or the one that Brian Pulido runs. That's in Arizona too. Where's that one at? You know what I'm talking about?
No, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
I didn't know Brian Pulido ran a con here.
Yeah, he does a show in Arizona.
Is that the Fan Fusion one?
No, that's Phoenix.
That's Phoenix. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. The Tulsa show.
Yeah, everybody stop. I'm gonna look
Please always do.
Yeah, let's just stop doing what we're doing and then
back to that pony book, Marco. Are you talking about the retail incentive of #1?
Mm.
That's got Optimus Prime and
it's a cool book.
Yeah,
do you have it?
It's like $100 book.
Yeah,
for
so it's back to 100. That's not bad. Good. It's finally come back down. That's nice. What's that?
Tucson Comic-Con.
Yeah, Tucson.
Oh,
is that what you said?
Oh, I didn't know
Brian
Pulido ran Tucson.
That was just last weekend?
Yeah. It was the same weekend as Baltimore.
That's why I wasn't
there. You go. Yeah.
It all checks out now.
That's right.
Makes sense.
So I don't know if you guys are keeping up with this. Nobody reads this book except me and Tim Feely who make it.
Local Man. Here, give him the high screen on Local Man.
We should talk about this though, because there's more of this coming out soon. It's Local Man. It's a book me and Tim Seeley do. Every issue is a flip book. This one's a very shiny Deathmate looking flip book. It's a crossover with a bunch of other Image Comics superheroes. we've got a new arc starting up. That's going to FOC probably next week because Army of Darkness FOC is on Monday, and Local Man 6 is going to FOC, I would assume, based on all the emails we're getting, next Monday. But it's a book about a guy that used to be like an Image Comics extreme superhero in the early days, and now it's 30 years later, and he's just canceled and fired and had to move back to the Midwest with his mom and dad.
Man, the Midwest is not so bad. Hey, stop right there. This is why I don't read this bullshit. The Midwest ain't that bad, dude.
But they don't have superheroes there, except for the Great Lakes Avengers.
Except for that, this is where superheroes were invented. Besides that fact,
where'd they go after that? To a coast.
Metropolis.
They fly to. They fly to where the water is.
Okay.
Hey, but I mean, Local Man's cool because, like, he goes back to, he's kind of outcast. He goes back. His town hates him. Yeah. Even if he tries to help, he gets shit on for it. And I mean, I thought it's a pretty good story.
Oh, thanks, man.
Tony's obviously not from the Midwest, but alienating a whole group of people that are very nice.
Tim is from Wisconsin, where the book's set, and I have lived in the Midwest most of the time, except for once I made it. Like Superman got the fuck out. Went to a coast.
What an asshole! That's funny as shit. But I'm moving you back down to the small screen now that you said that. Forget that. You're done. No more main screen anymore.
Yeah, we did in this one particularly. Me and Tim drew on the same pages, but normally what it is I'll draw the one side. See, like here, I draw we call it like the real world people, and then Tim draws the super people.
Well, that's cool.
So here's a bigger one. Tim drawing superheroes.
Nice.
But normally it's like I'll draw the one side, which is the sort of the Midwest, the Wisconsin side, and then you flip it over, and Tim will have done like a flashback to back in the 90s when this guy was on top of the world and sort of like this kick-ass superhero. And it's all about him trying to help people and finding himself in these sort of mysteries that he has to work his way out of without being a superhero anymore. So that's coming back, issue 6, and we've got we're starting the new volume with a series of Image homage variant covers.
So he's like, I lived here until I didn't have to anymore.
So yeah, we're doing a ton. We're doing 4 covers for the new Local Man. Not as many as Army of Darkness or Stray Dogs, but a ton anyway.
Yeah. Image has a tendency to do a bunch of that stuff too. How do you like
Image,
working over?
They just do whatever whatever. Well, in this case, they're doing a month that's all Walking Dead covers, so that's one that's theirs. But otherwise, they just do as many as we say because it's all creator owned.
What do you think of like? You don't have to answer this, but
you can make me small again. This is a lot.
Yeah. No, I'm leaving you like this because of your Midwest hate, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your opinion? And you don't have to not. Well, I don't think you give a shit about Marvel and DC, but like, what's your opinion of this whole thing where we're doing versions of regular covers just to have incentives and then doing early second prints? You know what I mean? Like a lot of books now, it's just like even before the book goes to FOC, we're already coming out with a second print cover. And we're having, like, especially at the major 2, they are having, like, Marvel's notorious for it. They'll have an A through E cover. Then their incentive will be a 1 in 100 version of 2 of the covers, much like Army of Darkness. And I know Dynamite's always done that. So, like, that's a gimmick. But, like, and then they're starting doing second prints, which is pretty much a reprint before the actual first print is even hitting, the stores. Do you think that diminishes some of the fandom for it? Or are you okay with it? Or you don't give a shit? Do they pay you on the second prints, even if it's interior art? I mean, is that why you don't care so much?
Well, at Image, we definitely get paid for the second prints because we get paid for all of it. At Marvel, I assume you would, if it goes over whatever the threshold is for you to get royalties, you would get paid for the second prints too. I don't know. I feel like there must be some reasoning behind why they would have a second print loaded up before the first print comes up.
Oh yeah, because suckers that watch shows like our show will buy second prints because it says second print on it. Yeah,
it might just be that that it's the only way they can make noise about something. I mean, it's hard out here right now, But I mean, I'm not letting them off the hook. I'm just trying to guess at why they might do something like that. I know when we have books at FOC, we set our print number, and then in between FOC and when the book comes out, there's a chance that that they could reorder it enough that we would want to go back to print. It's possible, but usually we don't know. It's like the earliest I've known we had to do a reprint was on release day. So I've never known before that.
Yeah, no. Well, Marvel's starting to do it before release day.
Yeah,
like the day after FOC closes, they'll start up a second print FOC.
I mean, they got a whole other structure going on there. They got shareholders, they got editors and assistant. Me on this shit. It's me and Tim Seeley, or it's me and Trish, and sometimes there's like an editor. We have an editor on the new book we're doing, and then an image. It's like Eric Stevenson or whoever sends us the email that says it's time to reprint.
He's not.
Hey, for issue 3, will you do an acetate cover?
Do is great. They're doing great, wonderful work.
Yeah. He seems pretty happy over at.
Seems
at
ethical.
Hey, will you please do an acetate cover, Tony?
Yeah. Oh,
we did. You remember we were early adopters of the acetate technology of Stray Dogs. We did it the right way. I don't want to throw shade.
Oh, the right way.
We did it. We put 2 staples. We put it out at the same time.
Jesus.
2 staples and no shenanigans.
That's right.
So that does get to you. That all that stuff gets back to you guys, right? Like,
well, yeah, we get tagged in it. That was one especially where I was just like, "What the fuck? What did I do?"
What did I do? Why do I care?
Don't involve me,
dude. Yeah. I always find it interesting when talking to people. Different types of people, right? Like there's the people who think like, oh, this really matters to who we're tagging it into. And like, you do understand the people you're mainly tagging into are just working stiffs. Like they're just trying to get day by day. They don't really give a shit. And they do need to make money.
It depends. Sometimes if it's interesting enough, I'll fall down the whole rabbit hole. I definitely did on that one.
Yeah. What about Rob Liefeld yelling at a guy in Monroe, Michigan, because he says he invented Deadpool? You on that one?
I saw that. That guy clearly was just trying to poke the bear.
He's awesome. That guy's amazing. That was our first news story. It's fucking amazing. I wish you were here for it. I'm gonna find the guy. We can interview him, dude.
Yeah, I love Rob. I keep up with let's do his podcast. I'm on his Facebook group. I saw that
There's
thing.
No way.
I was like, this guy is really trolling this guy right now. Like,
it's so awesome.
Can we ask you questions, or do you not want to talk about because you don't want to be blocked and banned?
Well, ask me questions about Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
Well, sure, yeah, go ahead.
Do you follow him because you love the train wreck, right? Like that's why you follow him, right?
No, I follow him because I'm 44 years old. That means I was like 10 years old when X-Force came out.
No,
I think
no way.
I like his work.
There's no way. I just asked if there's ever a fan, if anybody's ever a fan of any fans of actual Ryan Liefeld, not just a train wreck.
Listen,
we found one.
I'll go grab my entire Rob Liefeld.
No, please don't. Fucking please don't.
Christ. He's gonna bring in 3 short boxes.
It's like him with pictures, signing, whatever. Him as a little kid going out there and having button-up Levi jeans and stuff.
Look at this. This shit is out of print. You can't just get this.
Oh my god. Yeah, you can get it. I guarantee you. What's that? Hold on.
You can't get this no more. This is they went back in, they recolored shit. It looks dope. Then I got this one also out of print, obviously. The Baptized in Fire.
I'm embarrassed now.
This is just on my bookshelf. I got the single issues too.
I'm not quite sure I could call you a friend anymore, Tony. I'm sorry.
This right here, come on. Supreme, custom bound. All Alan Moore Supreme.
That's the library edition.
What a treat. Yeah, I'm Rob Liefeld superfan. I love that guy.
Yeah, some say Tony used to wear Wranglers until he saw the Rob Liefeld Levi jean commercial.
I was like, why am I using a zipper like a plebe? I gotta start buttoning up on it. That's what the cool kids are doing.
I can't tell if he's just bullshitting though.
You don't make a comic like this. Like, I'm not making fun of Rob Liefeld. This is like a love letter to those guys. Like, that's what Local Man's about. Is like us taking those Image comics from the 90s and like taking them seriously and doing sort of what they did in the 80s with Silver Age comics, where they're like, let's take these ideas and concepts and do the Dark Knight or do Watchmen or whatever.
And make them good. Is that what you're saying?
You're
saying you like him?
Say that if you want.
Well, I'm just saying, like no offense. Yeah. What's that?
Like, do it, but not for kids. It's like Youngblood is for 14-year-old kids.
Is there any truth to the rumor that Rob Liefeld uses his own face as the model for all of his characters?
That's interesting. I've met him in person. I never saw him do. I feel like he does a lot of this. In his faces.
Yeah.
And a lot of this.
Pandering to himself.
I didn't see him do either of those things anytime that I've seen him in person.
Do you think that the Steve Rogers and the
his Steve Rogers does look like him? Not with them big old titties though.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, that one. The one that showed up in the
Yeah.
Because he's redoing that. He redid Falcon. He redrew Falcon. And I don't know if you caught this. You probably have.
Yeah, I keep up. I felt like he didn't fully go for it with that Falcon. He held back, you know.
Oh, look
at
that!
That's like
he left a little off
clip
the
that. Clip that and send that. Now clip it and send it to him real quick. Let's see what his response is to that. Because he will respond to that.
So how long is it before Tony's going to do that you're going to homage yourself on a cover?
Do it all the time. I just did it this week. I just did for an Archie comic. They wanted to do a Stray Dogs #1 cover, and what's great about that cover is that it's very easy to draw. Like it's just a doorway and a character. And it hasn't been announced yet or come out yet, but I did a Archie variant with the Stray Dogs cover. Yeah, I think I've done it like 4 or 5 times. I always tell Trish after it's done, like I just made more money off of our book.
Do you write Tony after himself?
Well, here's the weird thing: is on Stray Dogs covers, we never signed them. You know, like if you look at those A covers and B covers, that they never have a signature on because I just thought it looked cleaner. And so I don't have to say it's after me at all.
Dude, I think our level of him being a true connoisseur of fine art is
hell yeah.
I think my other millionaire friend is a little bit better of a connoisseur of fine art.
Oh, fiddle-dee-dee. That guy likes dumb 90s comics too. He just likes
he bought Valiant. I mean, like that tells you fucking alone that he likes it. But he also is the owner of ASM 300, like the original art for ASM 300. So
that's
you know that.
That's wild and exaggerated too.
I'm not a huge fan of McFarlane either, so
I see. What do you like? Are you like Don Perlin or something?
All right, Tony. No. Matt's got a little surprise for you. We're really digging deep into this Rob as his own model.
Oh, jeez. You got comparison? I can't wait. I'm gonna just stop browsing my Youngbloods and pay attention again.
Oh my god, he really was doing that. Oh, I'm so embarrassed now. Oh my god, I can't believe I know you.
Why are you so embarrassed?
Because he's the only fan I've ever met in my entire. Oh my god.
What is this? You sort of got like that 50-year-old, you know.
Hey, zoom in. Can you blow it up at all, Matt?
I hope
it's not letting me zoom in.
But look, he's like put the sketch around himself, right? He's got the classic Rob Liefeld gun. He's got the shoulder pads.
Yeah,
he's got the utility belt,
the headset.
Do you ever run to him around the office there, Tony?
Do I have what?
Do you run into him around the office and then just fanboy out?
at Image Comics? No. The office is in my backyard. He doesn't come over here. He's in Orange County.
No, that's funny.
So, did you set it up for Army Darkness to only have 12 issues, or is that how you wanted it? You wanted to have like a clean ending to it, or?
Yeah. I want it to end like the way that it ends. I'm writing it so that it fits in with everything, even though the license for that book is real weird. Like Dynamite only has the license for Army of Darkness. They don't have the license for Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2. But you get away with a little bit more because Army of Darkness has that flashback at the beginning where you see the cabin and you see the girlfriend and all the Evil Dead stuff, Tim chopping off his arm. So
my buddy gave me, not to interrupt you, but when they tore down that
did you get a brick? Yeah.
He got a piece of the wood and he made me a customized pen out of the wood from the Evil Dead cabin.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
I was just I guess it's not really a spoiler, but I was just putting pictures of the torn down cabin in a script I was working on because like people, you know, fans go out there and take pictures at now it's just like a chimney in the woods because it's 50 years ago or whatever they made that first movie.
What script are you working on now? Did you say
that was Army of Darkness #5? I'm working on #6 right now.
Nice.
And then I'm also working on scripts for Local Man and and then a secret thing at Boom, and a secret thing with Trish.
Really? What would those be?
I mean, but with the Trish thing, we're working on the 4th issue of that right now. She's finishing up the 3rd.
Nice.
And we're trying to get all 5 of them done before we even announce them or solicit them of the first arc. It's an ongoing thing. And if you like Stray Dogs, you will like this.
Sweet. I'm stoked already.
Yeah.
Do you like working that way where you get most of the series done and off, ready to go before you even?
It's my guy. Baxter's over here going nuts. I do and I don't. I do like the confidence I can feel of just knowing that we're not going to be late, that we got a lot of runway. Although that runway sort of, once you start really going, it seems like it disappears pretty fast. You go to a couple conventions and you're like, well, there goes a week, and it all just sort of adds up. I like being ahead, but I don't like the not getting paid for it yet part, because that the image you don't get paid until basically if once you solicit, it's like 6 months from then you're going to get paid, because you get paid like 3 months after the book comes out. So it's sort of people talk about like having to have a certain amount of privilege to be able to do creator-owned comics. That's why I was in the trenches making ponies for so long, is because I just had to keep
grinding.
So yeah, it's nice to have all the work done ahead of time, but it's also really nice to make money.
I like money.
Yeah,
money rocks.
That's nice. Are you? So is this going to be enough that we can get Trish just to quit her day job and completely just focus on art from now on?
Listen,
what are we doing here?
From your lips to God's ears. I don't.
Because I hear your mansion. I hear you got this mansion now. You're just balling out all over the place.
The house bought by Stray Dogs.
I think what it would take would be somebody like somebody, not me, sitting down with her and saying like, all right, here's the money. Like, also, no way it's going to hit the same as Stray Dogs, but assuming it does okay.
It'll do okay.
Somebody going like, here's how much you would have to pay to have your benefits. And I feel like it's a
agreed.
There's a pros and cons to that real job. She definitely has her retirement savings going and her benefits, and that's what she likes about it. And she's pretty good at keeping up even when she is working full time. And with the way that our system's set up, like Tone draws the backgrounds now. He's sort of upgraded in this project from last time he did layouts, sort of like detailed background roughs. And this time we just moved him into, he's just doing full backgrounds, almost like manga or like animation. So we've got a system set up. It should be able to move pretty quick.
The more you can pump it out.
Yeah.
I think you guys are already established at this point. I think it's kind of more just the volume. Look at your boy Liefeld. That he pumps out shit all the time. And it's
you don't have to say shit like that with so much hate in your voice.
I don't. It's just garbage. He wasn't the nice. I'll be honest. He wasn't the nicest local comic book store owner out here. So.
Oh no, which one?
Not gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want Liefeld.
You just want to talk trash all the time. And
I just don't want the Liefeld hate. No, because you know how the internet works. You say something, and then all of a sudden, all the lemmings that never leave their parents' basement got opinions on stuff. And start sending death threats and whatever.
Raise your hand, everyone in this chat, if you're in a basement right now.
Not this chat, other people's chats.
These all look like basements.
I don't mind if the rumor of Rob Liefeld using himself as the model gets back to him. I don't mind.
Yeah, hell yeah. Those guys, he draws yoked dudes.
That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, where are the BK? So BK's new to comics, but if you watched us originally, one of the pitches that we had originally to you guys was the Stray Dog toys.
Yes.
Where has the Stray Dog toys hit? I know you said originally it was like an option situation, but then we kind of said dog toys. Wasn't that the pitch? And
yeah.
We haven't gotten our check for that yet, by the way. And nor have we seen them. So.
Either. You know what it is? I think is that because it was a miniseries, we got paid to license Stray Dogs. Like people bought the rights to license it and make products and stuff. But I think because it was a miniseries and just the nature of the way comics works, that was 2021. It's 2023 now. I think people are just a little hesitant about what it would be like to bring out their, Sophie or Rusty toys in this marketplace in this economy, and just go like, remember Stray Dogs?
So when does that expire? Aren't you at the expiration point if they didn't use it?
I don't. You know what? I might be wrapped up in some. I'd have to look at the contracts, but it might also be something where the clock starts ticking once they start putting stuff out, which would be a real bummer if they just never.
That'd be a super bummer.
Yeah, we're not in business with anybody that we don't trust or don't like, so it's like it'll be fine. But I think Stray Dogs toys could appear when we start this new book, because we're also talking about doing a hardcover then, and sort of like using the noise that this new book will make to sort of, whenever you put out a new thing, the old library sort of gets a second look. So,
well, I mean, I think even like your surprise at the anime con and stuff like that, and actually seeing, I floated around a lot of these cons, but like seeing the people that come to your booths and stuff like that, like I think that if you could pitch the people who are in that for the merch, like plush, I don't want to smudge the people that buy plushies and shit, but like I think there's a huge crossover. Like you guys would be, I mean, the volume.
I'm sure you've seen, like, Trish has posted up on our Instagram before, like, we have prototypes, like we've gone down the road on the plushes. There's a couple designed.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think it is just the investment that the people would have to make to make the toy, and then just hope that the audience is still rabid and crazy for it.
Okay. Well, if that expires, let us know, and then maybe we'll scrap together a couple of super chats and try to see if we can get some plushies out there, because we are more than happy to back something like that. Because I mean, right now, I mean, when you see your guys' lines, when they see who's coming there, that stuff is it would be killer. I mean, still to this day would be killing it. So, and
it's the sort of thing, like, if we could get that set up to have at Comic-Con, like be at the Image booth and just have them have, Stray Dogs toys. People love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but then that's just, 1 week out of the year. Then you got to figure out where they're going to sell it at for the whole rest of the time. Unless we just blow them all up. Who knows? It's an interesting dilemma. I'm excited to get back into it here.
Dude,
I feel like
we'll
back and talk more about this stuff in springtime when it's coming out.
You got to get that chat off there. You can't put somebody's phone number out in the middle of this show, dude.
Whose phone number? Who are we calling?
No, somebody else. Somebody in the chat.
I can't delete it without banning them, and I don't really want to ban it anyway. So.
Do that. All right.
You're the man with the power, so you'd have to do it from the YouTube side.
Well, yeah, we'll take care of that over at YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, it was just somebody was telling somebody they won a prize and they need to call a number real quickly.
Oh man, the chat's really happening. I was on our stupid private chat. There's nothing's going on in there.
Yeah, nothing's going on. No, they're making fun of me a lot. They're telling you disassociate yourself from me and tell everybody that you've never seen me before. And then they want to see if when you go back, you're going to see a GIMP comment. Don't worry about it. It's not directed towards you.
That's a shot. That's a shot across our bow.
Yeah, there's a little mistake.
We messed up and got our guests confused, and we called. Sam can explain it real quick.
I'm sure you know the guy, but Steve Englehart came on our show. I mixed up his last name with another person who played the Gimp on Pulp Fiction, and I called Steve Englehart the Gimp. And
he asked him what it was like to be the Gimp from Pulp Fiction.
For real?
See, that's the reaction.
Play the clip. Play the clip, Matt. You got to play the clip. You got to see this clip.
Not the reaction Steve had at all.
I don't have.
So we thought,
hold up. We got someplace.
And we didn't recognize him.
We got a clip.
You want the Steve Englehart clip?
Please.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Either you've got me confused with somebody else, or this is a joke.
And then he said, "I'll let you. I'll see you later." Like that was the answer to. I wasn't like playing the game.
So we didn't recognize him. We didn't recognize him.
What's that?
For some reason, because if you Google Steve, you see a lot of pictures of him from the 70s. He looks a little different now.
No, it's because I was the one arranging the interview, and I didn't know shit about.
Yeah. Well, no. In Sam's defense, he was arranging 4 interviews at the same time, and it was yes and no. He was saying it was with the booker, and he's saying yes and no to certain things. And he said yes, and he said yes. He thought when the person came by, it was the GIMP actor, so he looked up that person.
So we asked him what it was like to write Boy Meets World.
You want to say again, Tony?
the GIMP after was like at a convention or something? Like you were?
No. I have a guy who books guests for all my podcasts, and he had set up both of their names are Steve.
Anymore.
The actor's name is Steve, and Steve Englehart's name is obviously Steve. So he had said, "Are you ready for Steve?" And I'm thinking, which one? And I assumed it was the wrong one. So
did you have an interview prepared for Steve Englehart, or just only for the GIMP guy?
He's only for Steve.
Yeah, so that's Steve Englehart was later. I thought he was like the next week or something, and then.
So it was like, hey, what was it like to write Boy Meet World? And the guy's like, huh? And then he's like, so, and like Sam's really trying to get it going, and you start to see the sweat. And he's like, okay, so he's gonna throw up the GIMP question because it's easy. Plus, you know how this show goes. We fuck around a lot, or they do at least. So it's like, so what was it like playing the fucking GIMP? And you just see this old man be like, what the fuck?
And he was also to add insult to injury. The guy was sick that night. He had like the flu or something.
And this
he
is
really
what you
didn't
saw
even
Matt
want to
do.
be there, and here we are calling him the GIMP. And then
If you're not ready for this show, it's a lot to keep up with. You know, there's comments coming in from the viewers, and you guys are already. I always feel like I'm behind when I show up. You've already had the show going on for a half hour.
Tony, it was a beautiful disaster. We tried apologizing profusely to Steve. He wasn't interested to hear our apologies.
Oh yeah, and the sad part now is we've heard that fans of the show walk up to him and go, "Hey GIMP." That's not going to go well. That's not going to go well. It's not going to go. Like, they need to stop doing that because it's
show
funny.
Steve Englehart some respect.
Yeah, right.
My favorite part is Sam started going, "I'm 40 and I can't read now. I need glasses.
I don't have my glasses on."
Yeah, was cheaters on.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was obviously, it's one of those moments where you're like, "Oh, we fucked this up horribly bad."
Yeah,
what
that's
do we
great.
do? But yeah, I mean,
And Kyle save it with, "You wrote Batman. That's cool."
Yeah, the guy's he's like wearing the GIMP mask in the interview. He's ready for his questions, and he's like, "Tell me about your work at DC."
Yeah, it wasn't quite as smooth. Like I remember back in the old MCM days when we used to have you on, and like I think it was nice because you were kind of new to it and you didn't realize that we're a bunch of idiots just talking all the time, but you stayed with us for a while, which was fun.
I would be on that show for like 3 hours. We're not doing that tonight, my friends.
Yeah. Well, now you got too much money. You got the new Tony Fleece house and everything.
I'm telling you, I do not have too much money. But I do have a house. Like it all is in the walls here.
You know what? Any success you have is well deserved, Tony.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you very much.
Don't let Marco
trying to keep
wealth shame you.
I don't.
You deserve it.
I don't. I'm actually. I'm very happy for him. As a matter of fact, I tell him all the time. Like it was cool to see like the part where you were. That was 2 years ago. It was in 20 because I looked it up this time, and there's a part in that part where you're going like, "Oh, I just hope this book does good." And I'm like, "Oh shit, it's so cute. You're so cute. You don't know what's about to happen to you," because we knew already that you were like, because how the lists and these comic things work. Like everybody knows, like they push certain books and stuff, so. We knew what was going to happen, and we're like, "Oh, it's cute. You do know this is going to blow up." And then you're like, "We just sold out!" And Kyle's over there like, "Hey, look at these from what was that? From Jonathan Jeremy's place, Hive, yeah, from Hive Comics and shit." And like, just kept going and going and going. You kept coming back like once a month, because every time I released
for every issue, yeah,
you're like, "It's sold out again." And you guys actually like this shit? And we're like, "Yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious." It's fucking hilarious. We're like, "Holy shit." And then we kept asking you like the worst questions ever. Like, "Hey, so like, are people sending you hate mail because you're killing fucking dogs and shit?" And you're like, "Well, they've been nice, but there has been a couple ones where I think that would be, is it time that we have on your next stray dog project? Is it time that we have like, how like Vaughn will do the notes, like the fan notes and all?"
Oh, like a letters column?
Yeah, letters column, but it's only fan notes. Like it's not just letters. It's like, and some of them are off. Like people will take pictures and they look terrible or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he does his shit on a little bit, but
yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do like a real letters column this time.
No, but can we get the dark? Can we get the dark version of Stray Dogs letter column where they're like, "I can't believe you would. How could you have dogs like that?"
We don't get too many of those. But also, we're going to do the same thing as Stray Dogs where you can put pictures of your pets in the back of the book.
Oh,
so
that's
that works out pretty well.
Yeah,
so
that's what you're sucking up to them.
or the email's just like literally just like, here's my dog, here's their name, you know, or whatever. So people tend to be nice when you're going to print their pet in your book. But literally we only did a couple emails of people going like, that's too much for me, I'm not coming back. And they weren't even furious, you know, like I think everybody reading the book knew like these people like dogs, and they were more just saying like it's a personal thing. Some people just really can't handle it, you know, like their brains fritz out when that shit happens, or like, you know, when people just have a kid and all of a sudden kids being in danger in movies and stuff is all of a sudden very real to them. It's like a chemical thing. So, but yeah, we didn't get it.
I think there's a drug for that. That's nice that you take that like that, because when they send me stuff like that, I just laugh and say they live in their basement. I can't believe you would be.
Yeah, I don't get defensive. I mean,
I'm not defensive about it. I'm like, yeah, they live in their basement.
Marco, you're getting fan mail or hate mail?
No, hate mail. Oh yeah. Kyle's seen it before. Kyle's seen it before.
Is it all just Kyle sending it to you?
No, it's not. It's not. When we used to run NCM,
probably Lopez.
Man, I think you're still there then too. No, there was some very interesting. People didn't like what I said a lot of times for some reason.
I imagine Marco's hate mail looks like the end of Miracle on 34th Street. It's just like mail carriers walking through.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah. You know, what was it? It was the one that now I'm forgetting it. It's lightsaber impaling through, like, what did they say, Kyle? Can't remember what it was.
It was something about you being impaled by a lightsaber
through the rectum, pretty much. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
you know what? I've loved Star Wars my whole life, and I'm pretty disgusting, and I've never considered that until just now. That's awful. What a horrifying, disgusting. Oh, just like the.
Oh, I thought it was. I mean,
it's awful.
Dude, the minute they said it, I sent it over to Kyle and Matt. It just fucking. I think it's fucking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. Like, I mean, it's funny.
Sometimes hemorrhoid cream just doesn't cut.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean,
got a little heavy duty.
Hey, bronies are all right, man. Dude, speaking of Andy Cook, I was gonna, you know, like the kids. By the way, thank you very much for you and Trish in the book and the sign and all. And now they do want you guys to do personal drawings for them. But I was gonna go over because they've met Andy a couple times.
Andy Price.
Yeah, or sorry, what did I say? Cook.
Yeah. Katie Cook.
Price and Cook. Yeah, Katie Cook and Andy Price. Yeah. They met Andy Price and Katie Cook, and Cook has done a lot. Has been very nice to them in the past. Done some panels out here in Detroit and whatever. And
Detroit.
I went over there to go say hi. Sorry about COVID or whatever, because the last couple times she missed because of that, and a couple of other things. And holy crap, the bronies! I mean, like, do you guys get bronies or do you not get bronies? Like,
yeah, listen,
you get bronies.
At a comic show, there's usually a few bronies. At this show, there definitely were a few. But I go to full on brony conventions. The big one was in that Baltimore Convention Center, and they had it for, you know, like 6-7 years or something. That's where I met Trish, because she was a pony artist as well. I met her at BronyCon. But yeah, I mean, look, have I been weirded out by bronies? Absolutely. But I've also, the same way, like before Stray Dogs, the big hit in my life was that I got that job on My Little Pony, and it wasn't a hit because, you know, kids and their parents were reading the book. That was why it was a hit for the publisher. But why it made me money is because of bronies. Like I went to brony conventions all over the place. I've seen shit you can't imagine. Those fuckers.
We gotta go. Where's it now? We gotta go. We're SNS on the road. We got it. Renovision's gotta be.
I don't know whether there was a documentary about bronies. I think you can still watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I can't wait. I mean, I've known a couple, but the bronies that I know are special needs, and like that's cool because there's
a lot of autistic bronies. Like that's the thing. Something about that show specifically, I think, speaks to autistic people, and sort of is helpful to them too. Like just sort of like that, the community and the fandom of it.
Yeah,
we met a lot of people that like were sort of nonverbal. Not a lot, but you know, we met several people that were mostly nonverbal. And when they were discussing My Little Pony, like they would come up and talk to us at conventions or panels or whatever, and talk for long stretches. And then a few of us have had this same situation where something like a relative or a handler or something will come over after that and just be like, they don't speak, like they don't have conversations with people. They just talk to you for like 10 minutes.
That's awesome. That's great. Man. I mean, honestly, I also see it with, what's his name that does the Muppet Babies. Actually, he's coming out here to our next con, but like when you see that and you see them, like how a lot of you,
that's where you can tell if somebody's cool or not, because when the way you guys handle it and like everything else, and it's
well, I'm not even saying
the knowledge though. Like the knowledge when some of these super fans get there, like I mean that's the whole thing with Han Solo, right? Yeah, the whole thing with Harrison Ford, he doesn't go Star Wars because he's like, oh fuck, I look like an idiot when they're telling me stuff. I'm like, I don't know what a parsec is. Like, sorry, dude. You know what I mean? But then to see people like you and stuff just go over and be like, yeah, I do remember that, or try to engage with them, it means a lot to them.
Well, like I drew that comic for so long, and then I don't know, must have happened in between when I would come on here and now. But I wrote for the Netflix cartoon, the new My Little Pony cartoon that's on Netflix. I wrote for that.
Oh no shit.
And so like I've spent a ton of like years of my life in My Little Pony. Like I understand the characters and like I know all that shit. But people will go like, "Oh, so you're a brony?" And I'm like, I don't think so. They're so enthusiastic. Like they are so into it. And
that
like,
one with like Izzy and all them in it?
Yeah, Izzy. I write the one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
They're just like way into it, more than like you know me. I'm very even keeled. These people are keyed up. They're very into it.
They definitely are. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Sticks does a segment every week called Time Tunnel where we go back and look at books. And Sticks made a very special one because you're on the show tonight. So I figured,
tonight on a very special.
Yes, and I figured I don't know how much time you've got tonight, but I figured you could.
Don't bring up time because then they'll think about it and they'll say yes to leave. Just keep rolling into it. Sucker him into the shit. Sucker him in.
I'm in for. He's on the West Coast. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah, that's still light.
So for everyone out there, this is not my typical time tunnel. I'm not talking cost and values and anything like that. We're just kind of going back and taking a look at some of Tony's stuff and through the years. Key it up.
Oof, that's a jam. Hey.
Yeah, it's like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Look how dark my beard is there. That's not cool. We're all dying slowly.
I died yesterday. Sorry.
The time tunnel that we're in. Wow, look at that. So, here's what's crazy about that is that image is from the solicit because it wasn't fully colored yet. So that's not even what the comic looks like. That's like the flats.
Right.
I haven't seen that in probably
from
15
2006,
years.
Silent Devil in my lifetime, #1.
I like that. You want me to tell you about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So this is my first comic, a key issue. It sold through Diamond. It sold like 750 copies. And I had a deal with my publisher. He said, if I break 1,000, we can do like the cool cardstock cover that like Optic Nerve had. Because it's an autobiographical book. It's black and white. It's short stories about me getting into nonsense. But it's also sort of about comics and it was just about me in my 20s. So it's about, like the shit that I would get up to. But it was about comics enough that like comic places cared about it too. So it was covered by like Wizard Magazine and CBG and like all these cool places. And so it was sort of the thing that made me jump out and decide to stop doing my regular job and work and just go into comics full time, even though it made zero money. I was just like, I'm in comics, let's go. That explosion isn't very well rendered. It doesn't look like an explosion to me now, 15 years later. And that ground that those ninjas are jumping around on, just a big empty ground. But yeah, that's it. That's in my lifetime. That's my first book. Oh, sold 750. And I was like, that's cool. It didn't get to 1,000, but my publisher still let me do the cardstock cover. And then I found out years later that my local shop, Rainbow Comics in South Dakota, where I don't know if you guys, do you know JJ from JJ's Cards and Comics? He's like, he does whatnot. People that deal comics, everybody I know knows JJ, but he shopped there as well in South Dakota. And so that's where I met him. And we went to our first Chicago Comic-Con together, or my first. But yeah, it sold 750, and I found out that shop ordered 400 of them. So really, it only sold like 350 copies out in the real world, and that's from me calling literally 500 comic stores. Like I got the phone list of every comic shop, and I called the top 500, and that netted me 350. You know, which is I guess okay from being somebody nobody ever heard of before. In the year
so what do? You call them up? Hey, my name's Tony Fleecs. I got this comic book coming out. Please buy it.
Basically, I said it's in previews right now. You know, it's from a small press publisher, but this is what it's about. And I think, I would make my spiel. And it's hard, like, it's sort of a comedy. It's hard to sell a comedy book even today, but back then it was like nearly impossible.
Well, I gotta say, you nailed the sneakers and the socks.
Thank you. I think I have those same socks on right now. When I was married, she broke me of cargo shorts, and so I don't have those shorts anymore. But now I'm not married, so maybe I can get cargo shorts again. Maybe that's coming back. I didn't in my
you 100% cannot be making comic books making fun of the Midwest and then talking about how you're going to wear cargo shorts. Like, no.
I'm not making fun of the Midwest. The guy goes back to the Midwest. It's a comic about.
Yeah, sure. I get it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Listen, I don't care for this type of slander. I'm pro Midwest. Some of my best friends are Midwest.
So up next,
go ahead.
My favorite My Little Pony book. This is the Doctor Who's My Little Pony Friendship is Magic #1 Hot Topic exclusive from 2012. I'm always shopping for this one if they get more copies of it. So
I had one that was in pretty rough shape that I came in. Somebody gave me a copy of it, and I just sold it a couple weeks ago for cover price.
I would have bought that for me.
Cover price.
This one, the first pony thing I ever did that was published, but it was like the second or third thing that I drew, just because of the order that they came out in. But this thing, they printed it on T-shirts, and they I have a blanket that this is printed on. Like Hot Topic, prior to us making those comics, the only pony like merchandise that people had was all just this same flash art of the ponies that you could get in like this merchandising packet. So there was no new artwork. And then we came, and every month we were just cranking out tons of new artwork. And Hot Topic made a ton of stuff. They made T-shirts and all kinds of stuff. So this thing is probably my most merchandised artwork.
Yeah.
Well, there's a photo online of a brony funeral. This is a little grim, but a brony died, and they were burying him with like all his pony stuff, and he has this shirt in the casket with him.
Oh wow!
Oh,
some real eternity shit right there.
Yeah. To your point, I mean, I was looking on the internet and I found this. Someone had mocked up like a Doctor Who VHS cover with this on there, and like some of the interior art on the back. That was really cool.
Dude, how much would it cost, Tony? Let me ask you this. How much would it cost for you to recreate this cover on a blank?
I don't know, like a few $100. You cooking something up?
Yeah.
I made reach out to me before convention. What I do at conventions now is I only do headshots and remarks because I like.
Oh yeah. No.
But if anybody wants a crazier thing, they can reach out if they know I'm going to be someplace.
See, there you go, Sticks. There you go. All right, we'll see.
I can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, if you guys wanted to keep me around on this show, just taking me on a tour of my artwork is the right way to do it. I'm enthralled.
How much to get a sketch of Kyle yelling at Bruce Campbell about Bloodbox on the first issue?
Yes,
that's 2 figures. Is he a pony or like?
No, hold on. What? Hey, give me my what? How much? Let's go. Let's start talking. What do we got here? Let's go, Tony. Let's go.
Hey,
let's go.
Hey, Marco, it's got to be enough. It's got to be enough to build another wing on his house.
That's right.
Yeah. That would be so awesome.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
That's great.
Oh yeah, right. That's my first. That's my first Dynamite comic.
Yep. So from September of 2014, Purgatory #1. This is the cover D from Chaos/Dynamite Comics.
And this is when I learned that Dynamite, when they hire you for a comic, for a cover, it generally means they're going to want you to do all of them because they do, so many covers.
Yeah.
Like I did this one and I was like, oh, it was fun. And then like a couple weeks later, they were like, all right, you got sketches for the next one. And I was like, okay. So any of these times where I do covers for Dynamite, for the most part, if there's a #1, there's also like a number, 5 or 6 as well.
I think this ran 8 issues. This one, maybe more.
I only did, I think, 5 or 6 of them.
Okay.
Hold on. put on Do Not Disturb. I'm getting little noises in here. There we go. I'm a professional.
Oh, see, now he's got the house that so much money, just talks to him all the time. I get it. Is it the one with the paintings that changed too? Never really come by?
No, I don't live in the haunted mansion.
So on this one, I mean, your art is a little more different than some, like, different than In My Lifetime. And
yeah, well, so this is, like 6-7 years after In My Lifetime. And also this was when Scotty Young was doing baby covers, and Dynamite was, they could not get Scotty Young, but they were like, let's get some of these My Little Pony artists to do stuff for us. And they reached out to me and they're like, would you mind doing, literally, I think they said Scotty Young baby covers.
Did they pitch that to you? We want Scotty Young, so we got Tony Fleecs.
covers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were not. They weren't hiding their intentions at all. They were like, we want to get some of that Scotty Young baby. And I didn't know Scotty at that point, so I was just like, he's going to be annoyed by this. And what I didn't realize is that Scotty Young doesn't give a shit. He doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, he probably doesn't pay attention.
Did he say something to you about it? You're kind of copying me there, buddy.
No. Yeah, no, he was not annoyed.
Every day for a few days and
It's fine. But this is cool because what's going on? Who's that?
Who is that?
Kyle.
Go ahead, keep going. Sorry, it's Kyle. Probably.
It's my wife, my son. He's about to go to work.
Oh, have fun at work.
Yeah, but
he just got a job at Sonic, so he's pretty stoked.
No Pace rocks like it. Can you bring back some of that cool water? They are great at finding new talent at Dynamite. Is one of the cool things about them, and why I'm doing this Army of Darkness book with them, because like no other publishers really. No, that's not true. Boom hit me up as well, but I thought when we had that hit with Stray Dogs that it would just be like, well, here come the offers, and truly, like everybody else is just so busy making their own stuff. Dynamite's really good at sort of watching what hits in comics and going, like, let's try and get some of that on our comics.
Yeah,
and so that's how Army of Darkness happened, and that's how this Purgatory book happened. But this one happened because Scotty Young was doing great with those cartoony covers, but also because My Little Pony was super huge at this time, and they were just like, let's get some of that on our books. I don't know if it worked out for them, but I know I did a ton of these baby covers for them after this.
I like the write-up that IGN did about In My Lifetime.
Tell me more. Which one was that?
It says, I'm terribly excited to have Silent Devil publishing my book. It humbles me to think that a company that's most notable for series about vampires and Knights of the Round Table would take a shot at me, a 27-year-old comic book nerd whose only superpower is the ability to sort and alphabetize an embarrassing number of DVDs.
What a dork. Imagine talking to that person.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, nerd.
I bet she likes Rob Liefeld.
It says that next. I really love Rob Liefeld. And
So much I can't pronounce his name.
No, it doesn't say that.
No.
But yeah, that's awesome. You can't, you know what? That should make the list because you said there's only like 500 and there's like none for sale.
Yeah, you can't find that book. And we did a second printing too at a different publisher because that first publisher went under. That's the thing with small press comics like that, is that you just sort of like get it out while they're still publishing. So both of the publishers of In My Lifetime are now out of business. Probably not my fault, but the second one was Terminal Press, and they were out of New York. This one obviously is a Frank Frazetta homage, is an homage to a Frazetta Vampirella painting. And it's cropped completely wrong. As you can tell, I would not have just drawn half of that alligator's face. Whoever was in charge of the design at Dynamite that day was just like, what if we just do this like this, crop this like this?
Yeah, at least you got the tail off, right?
When that happens, even though you're kind of starting out with your stuff,
yeah,
are you disappointed? Like, are you like, how did this guy not? How's he gonna do me dirty like this?
Yeah, I'm disappointed about it. I mean, I'm not so much that I'm writing
like
an email or something. It's too late at that point. It's not like they're gonna pulp the run and fix it.
Yeah, right. No, they weren't gonna do it either way. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed about it, but you know, I put the original up on my. I think there was like DeviantArt back then, so whoever really
your
cared.
MySpace had it, and you're like, sweet dude.
Yeah, I put it up on my photo bucket or whatever, early 2000s.
Kyle tater tots and
Oh yeah. If that Sonic Eats.
So
Yeah,
on the
that's
next
another one
one,
of my many baby covers.
on the next one, tell me if I think I got the wrong cover for this, but
That's not
I know
me.
you did a cover. That's not. I know that's Chris Giarusso.
You know,
But
I don't
you
think
did do
I
a
did
cover for.
I don't think I did a cover. I think I did lettering in this. And I lettered a story that my buddy Jim McCann wrote. And I think the art was by Janet Lee, but maybe not. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, no covers for that one.
Yeah, no, the cover is Chris Giarusso. He doesn't live too far from me.
I see how you could confuse the two, though, that we both draw like little babies.
So we did have him on the hook for longer and more visits, and now he's leaving again like a summer.
Yeah. You guys think I played the GIMP?
Yeah.
That's my first Rick and Morty cover. I like that Morty's doing like the jail pose.
Do you like Rick and Morty? Do you like the show?
Yeah, I do. I didn't think at this point I had not watched it.
Oh, okay.
I was doing a book at Oni at that time, and publishers always do weird things. Like they're just like, well, we'll have you do some stuff for this other book, and then it'll bring attention to your other. They're trying anything to get eyes on stuff. And I don't think this necessarily brought more attention to my own work, but it did get me in the door at Rick and Morty, and then they come back around every once in a while and hire me to do covers, or I did a mini series with them. And they reprint those things a million ways a Sunday. I just got mailed like hardcovers that have my miniseries in them.
Yeah, that Rick and Morty stuff's crazy. Which miniseries did you do on that?
It was called Worlds Apart. It was about it was me and Josh Trujillo, who's sort of blowing up now himself. He's doing a lot of DC stuff, and this guy Jarrett Williams, who was the other artist. And it was each of us drew a story. So I drew this story that was about Morty and the slut dragons. You remember them from the show? If you watch the show, there's like these dragons that are slutty.
Yeah, slut dragons. Yeah.
And then also Morty's got this grandfather who's polyamorous. And so it was like Rick went off on one adventure with this Nazi teddy bear, and then Morty went off on an adventure with this other weirdo polyamorous grandpa. I mean, it's not weird if you're polyamorous, if that's your thing, whatever. But Morty thought he was weird, and that's what the story was.
Nice.
And then through slut dragons and his polyamorous grandpa, he sort of came a little closer to understanding.
See, we should be pulling those pages up so we can discuss in about a month when we have them back on. Yeah, about that. Yeah, very good. All right, teeing that one up there.
Yeah, that this is I think my third Marvel cover.
Yeah, people love this fucking book, man.
Oh, yeah, I love it too. I love that it's impossible to tell if it's in any kind of good condition.
The de-stress is great.
It's not hard. It's not hard actually, but
you got it figured out. You got to crack the case on this.
Well, dude, all they do is put it under black light. What do you mean it's hard? You can see with the gloss on it and everything else.
I don't work at CBC. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, but you can see there's no color break, Tony. Like,
okay, so for years before I got My Little Pony, I would do conventions, and I like in my lifetime was out, and I would be working on random stuff, coloring jobs, lettering jobs, whatever around comics. Sometimes I would get like a random cover or a short story or something. But then we would do conventions, me and my friends who I worked in a studio with. The other thing we would do is Marvel sketch cards. We would do those where they would come packed in a set of cards, But we do conventions, and to sell prints at conventions, it took us a while to sort of each of us figure out what our thing is. But it was around the time when prints started to be a big deal and people started to put up those big walls of prints.
Yeah.
And what I figured out was like, you can draw sexy girls and you can sell that to a certain audience, but you could sell it more if you make it look like something. Like you see it now, people do like magazine covers, or even more people started doing these pulp novel covers. But if you make it look like something where it's sort of a mashup, but it looks classy enough that they wouldn't have to hang it like in the basement or in the garage or something. Make it look classy enough that their girlfriend or their wife would let them hang it up in their apartment. And so I started doing these pulp covers.
You're assuming they have.
And then 10 years later or whatever, when Marvel comes, a friend of mine was like, hey, get Tony to do a cover for my book. And so Marvel reached out, and they just Googled me, and they don't know from My Little Pony or anything else that I'm doing. So they're just like, well, this is the only thing that looks anywhere near what we do. So just do these pulp covers. And so then like I hadn't done one. This is 2017. I think the last pulp cover I did was like 2012. So I hadn't done one in years, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll do these now. So now I basically only do these when they're for a variant cover. So I did a Detective Comics one. I did them for The Wasp was the first one. And I did this one, and I did one for Venom, and I did a Miles Morales Spider-Man. I've done a bunch of those.
See, our friend at My Bargain Comics has that book on eBay right now for $30.
Hell yeah! Also, it's the only time I've ever worked with Brian Michael Bendis, who is a real hero of mine. I love his work. And when I first
got something in common. I actually like Bendis.
When I made it in my lifetime, I was on his message boards at the time. Like, so that was where I was hanging out when I was making.
Oh, you're kidding me! How cool is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, dude. That's fun.
And a friend who knows both of us like texted us that day and was like, "I got your comic. That's so cool." And I was like, "I've got Brian Michael Bendis' phone number now."
You're so weird.
I just sort of let that go. I've never used it.
I don't think we need to know that, Tony. But thank you.
Well, you know how that happens when you get like a text with somebody else on it, and you're like, well, now I guess I got that person's phone number.
Look, here's you doing a signing of In My Lifetime.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, look at me. I'm trotting out. All right, so those graphics that are behind me were made for the TV show Numbers on CBS. They had like a fake Comic-Con episode, and we got invited to be extras, and they were like, bring us files of your stuff so we can make, like stuff to make it look like a Comic-Con. So CBS.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That's still that big stand-up is still in my garage.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
That's pretty neat.
What con was this? Do you remember?
Looks
So
like
Tony,
maybe
you and Rob have something in common. You both used yourselves
as models. Yeah, my guy is, you see, he has little moves. He's not nearly as yoked as Rob Liefeld guy. I don't know what con that is. Maybe like Denver Comic Con or maybe Long Beach Comic Con. I don't know. They got those shitty white folding chairs though. That's all I'm seeing.
Let me see. It does look
so not an American Legion. So that's okay.
No. Yeah.
Oh shit. That's great.
Was
that all you got? Was that all you got?
No, I had a couple.
Yeah, I just showed off a couple things.
Oh yeah.
Go back one.
Oh, we went too far.
Oh.
There it is.
Okay. All right.
No, we're not going too far.
I had one between there, but okay. Maybe somewhere else. All right, go ahead and back there. So
well, we still got that same type of professional after all these years. Same way, dude. All right, good shit. Let's go.
This is Battle Pug. This is Mike Norton's book. Mike Norton's a buddy of mine, and he did a story that had like his version of My Little Ponies in it, and they're sort of like these gruff, sort of tough guy ponies, and he wanted to get somebody that did My Little Pony to do like a My Little Pony cover. And I remember the main thing I remember about this. I forgot to draw Battle Pug's harness on him, so he has like a saddle, so he's a huge dog that a man could ride, but because I didn't draw the saddle, he just looks like a regular small dog. So that's me fucking up. Also, though, one of the first dogs that pre-stray dogs.
Oh, good. Put that on we can send that to Nick, and then
That's
put a key collector right there. Yeah, key collector.
And it's got
First
the
dog
live
right
Liefeld
but
homage of Battle Pugs the way it's written.
Low grade $3, mid grade $8, high grade $600,000.
The main thing about this was I just remember Mike Norton was very concerned with me like getting Hasbro's permission or something, or making sure they weren't going to be mad at me. And I'm like, and looking at it now, I'm just like, what would they be upset about?
Yeah.
Like, they're just going to be like, you're not allowed to draw any other horses.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, especially
we own all alicorns. Is that I can't.
Well, that's a Pegasus. Alicorn is when they have both. Pegasus.
I have a young daughter who's explained the.
You have to explain yourself here.
We're all friends.
I know what it is. I know the.
Marco's taking notes.
This is a safe space, Marco. You can
to actually show her something. To actually show her and go like, yeah, Tony, this is he drew this. Like, I'm a hero again for at least a day. So.
Nice.
Yay!
I was a hero to my nieces when I first started doing it, and then over the course of the book, they cared less and less, and now they don't. They don't think I'm cool at all anymore.
Well, they want to make videos now and tell you what you should do for your job and how you should create more pony books and what you should.
Your kids do?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of videos I'm going to send you.
Send it over.
Telling you what you should do. So, anyways, go ahead. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to mess up Battle Pug and Non-Harness.
Battle Pug, a good book, Eisner Award-winning book, as I recall.
Really? Look at that.
Because it was a webcomic at first, and Mike Norton was just like ruling webcomics for a few years there before Lore Olympus existed.
Let's see. Let me show you.
Boom.
All right.
So now we're post Stray Dogs.
Yes. Plush number 1, cover B from 22.
Yeah, this my buddy Rico colored this book, Rico Renzi, and he put me in touch with Doug Wagner, who wrote plush and vinyl and plastic. And because this book was about furries and sort of like fursuits, they wanted to get somebody that was like an animal artist or like a cute artist to do some disgusting covers. And I did, for again, like a Dynamite book, I did this whole run of covers. But this one I think this was the best one. Well, there's another one I like quite a bit too, but this one came out great. There's intestines, there's chunks of chopped up.
I remember reading this one, and it was
whose internet
a little off, to say the least.
The story is bizarre for sure. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, like,
furries.
have you met Wagner? Is he as disturbed as all his books are? Because I mean,
he's
Plastics
so normal.
is pretty disturbed.
He's more normal than any of us. He's just like a regular dude. I don't know what's going on inside of his brain. Very strange. I met him at a convention in Las Vegas, amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con. Just a regular, very nice guy.
You've met bronies, but have you had any interactions with some furries? Because
there's a good deal of furry brony crossover for sure. The conventions that bronies have are basically just like somebody ripped the front off a furry convention and put a pony on it. So yes, I do know a good number of those folks as well.
Did you win?
They're wild.
Zaggy. Not when we have guests in the house, Zaggy.
Jeez.
Damn it, Zaggy.
Can't take them anywhere.
I
What's wrong with Zaggy's balls?
I don't know.
Hopefully nothing.
Hopefully.
This has been running smoother than normal. Guys, what have you been doing with the show?
My internet is lagging out. So
that's what that spinning wheel is. Is that the end? Is that the album?
I think I got 2 more here.
Oh, let's do it.
No, I might have a couple.
Shake it.
Hey.
Oh,
Really? Rainbow
Another horse. This is
Yeah.
weirdly was a Dynamite one where I just did the one cover, and I don't know why really. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just only did this one. But it was like a reboot of Rainbow Bright. My friend Jeremy Whitley wrote it, who I know from Ponies, and I don't think I got him the job on Ponies, but I had read this book he did called Princeless, and it was the same time I was starting on Ponies, and I said to the editor, I was like, you should check out this book. This guy's cool. But then he ended up writing just a ton of My Little Pony comics. So then when he would go do other books, I think he would sometimes throw it back at me and let me do covers or throw work at me that way. So he's the one that got me work at Marvel on the Wasp. And then on this book, I don't know if it was him or just Dynamite, who I'd worked for before, was like, come do this Rainbow Bright cover. So I drew classic Rainbow Bright. And I'm real happy with that space background. I think that's neat looking still.
Oh yeah,
It looks cool.
It's a pretty good horse. One of the weird things about drawing My Little Pony for so long is that even though they're abstracted, we've all sort of learned how to draw horses pretty good, which is a hard thing for people to draw. And so it's like if you drew Transformers, you wouldn't complain about having to draw cars or whatever. Like anytime a horse shows up in a script or a cover or something, I'm like, oh, word, I got this, no problem. I'm happy with that horse. But on the inside of the book, Rainbow Bright is like revamped, and it's sort of like a new take on her. So it's sort of a false advertising. Like she doesn't look all 1980s like this on the inside. She's more like sort of Power Rangers-y, I guess. Or
I think the main cover had her look kind of like a brooding kind of to her.
Yeah, that was a cool book. I like that. The Virgin cover
Well, this is the there is also the trade, but this I like this because it's a take on the Mummy. So go ahead.
Yeah. So this was Dynamite. There's been a couple situations after we did Stray Dogs. I had done so many homage covers that people started hitting me up and going like, "Hey, could you come do homage covers for us on this?" And I saw my future flash before my eyes, and I was just like, I don't want to just be doing homage covers for everybody. It's something that I'm good at, and I know how to do it. But I just was just like, if I really want to get all this other creator owned stuff and do these other books I want to do, I can't get trapped doing all this stuff. But Dynamite, very persuasive. And I was like, I don't want to do any other homage covers. And they were like, what about just 5 other homage covers? And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do 5. And these, but they were also during a pretty busy time. So I remember like all of these were drawn digitally. And then oftentimes they were like colored on the road. One of them I did at my parents' house at Christmas. Like it was just a real busy time. And this one,
sorry, Mom, I got to work.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was like, and I don't have like a good work setup. I had like a Wacom bamboo tablet, like where you're like drawing on an old tablet and this laptop. There's a weird story about this where on the trade cover, it says on the cover, "It never dies," which is what it says on the Mummy poster. And the editor had said, can we change it so that it says "Zombies never die"? And so I was like, that's cool, no problem. But it was a problem because I was running to one of the many conventions that I do. And so I had to take that same travel setup, like, Wacom tablet and laptop and all this gear to this convention just so I could load this cover up and change the font, change the text, it's handwritten text. So I did that and I sent it in. And then when it came out, it just still said, "It never dies."
Awesome.
I bet it was that same Dynamite designer that fucked me the last time.
They're like,
hey, this is great. Now we're gonna go with the last one.
There's one guy over there that's like, fuck this guy in his cargo pants. Every time I get him, I'm gonna screw him over.
He's a dog lover. He didn't like how we did those dogs.
Yeah, he's like, he did the dogs dirty. This SOB.
Yeah. Making it
is that so? It's clunky. What you write on? Is it kid? Like, what do you write on for these art? Wouldn't you use like a pro or something like that?
What do you mean?
Figure that, like, you're just saying that you have to take this clunky thing around to.
Oh, so I write on. Yeah, I've got a MacBook that I write on. But then when I'm doing drawing, then I have to also bring a tablet, like a Wacom tablet, because I have an iPad that I could bring also. But the iPad doesn't have. I don't have anything that can do like bitmapped line art. It just does vector stuff and Procreate. I don't know. It's deep in the woods stuff. Basically, I had to bring everything I had just to be able to make this one stupid change.
It's artist tech.
I don't know shit about that. So
I like my travel. I like to travel light with just my laptop or just my iPad because I'm usually bringing just like 150 pounds of crap to every show so I can sell it. And then this was like also you got to bring all your work stuff too.
It's like when you go to the movie theaters, Marco, and you got to bring your clipboard. So.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
I want to hear that story after this.
Another one of these pulp.
Yeah, and this one was a Spider-Man annual. It was during Stray Dogs, I remember, and I think it came out pretty good. I'm happy with this one. And this one, people get excited about. I saw on Instagram just last week somebody got this book and they were really psyched about it. And I always like seeing this one pop up.
Yeah, it's a cool variant.
Yeah, the same deal. Pulp cover. So it came from those prints I used to be doing. This is the first appearance of this character, the Amulet, who also showed up in Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
He's from the Midwest, just to let you know.
The Amulet is?
Yeah, from Dearborn. Actually, from the great state of Michigan, as a matter of fact. So is Lars that drove it. Just to put that out there really quickly.
Listen, I don't know where this is coming from. I love it.
Well, because you said that the Midwest is fine until you get a real job and then move to But besides that, no, I wouldn't know where the hostility is ever.
I moved out of the Midwest. My father before me moved out of the Midwest. Tim moved out. You'll get there.
No, I love it, dude.
One day you too.
I love the Midwest, dude.
Look, every month when I pay my mortgage, I wish I was in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's nice. It's cheap as shit out here, dude.
This stuff, like the distressing on these covers is all. I have a few different files where I scanned them off of like old beat up books or comics years ago. And so I have a few different ones or where I mix and match with them. And there are a couple where like I've had a friend before go like, hey, can I use your distress? Because I want to do a distress thing. And I'm a little like trade secrety about them.
Yeah, don't let them do it.
Yeah, I don't want to give them out, but I know I have a few times. And there will be times now where somebody else will do this trick and I'll look at it and I'll go like, I think that's mine. I feel like it got out there. Because it's not like, 8 years after I gave it to somebody, they're going to remember like, oh, this is the one Tony said not to share with anybody. But,
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, okay, yeah, gotcha. No, it looks brand new book.
Black light out, you'll be able to see immediately. Not
yeah,
Yes.
color.
Since we're talking homage covers, do you have a stand on homage covers? Like, do you like people that homage you? Do you think you should be compensated for them homaging you?
Absolutely.
In any way?
I mean, imagine if I was like, I don't like it if people do homage covers. I'm a real live by the sword, die by the sword kind of guy. I feel like if I'm out there doing it, then go crazy. I'm honored.
Do you remember some of his first work was, hey, we want you to draw Scotty Young shit, but just for us.
Right. Right.
That wasn't even an homage. That was even dirtier than an homage. That was just like, we want a guy. We're not going to pay the real guy.
We can't pay him. Let's pay you.
Yeah. We can't afford Goldberg. Let's get Gilbert.
Yeah, exactly.
DK.
But yeah, the end of that story on the Dynamite homage covers is, I told them I would do those 5, and those are basically the last ones that I did, unless it's like a one-off. Like I said, I just did that one that was a Stray Dogs homage. And then I did for Dark Ride for Skybound, I did art direction on all 12 of those issues where they did Disney homage covers. I drew one of them. I drew number 11 or 10 or something. But for the most part, that was where I got paid to just art direct, and I would hire people and I would do the design work and make sure they looked right. So they sort of got the Stray Dogs treatment without me or Trish having to, draw it every month.
Right. There's been a couple of times when they credited you on a cover.
They credit me on all I think they're trying to get they're pulling. They want to make it look like I'm more than I am on those so that they can trade on Stray Dogs or whatever. That's fine.
All right, up next, so we got a couple more here. Gargoyles.
So this is it grows out of this Dynamite run we did where we did Army of Darkness, Vampirella, and Red Sonja covers, me and Trish, where all of them had dogs on them. And Barucci at Dynamite loved Stray Dogs, and they did their own. They did an Evil Dead 2 Stray Dogs cover. But he was way into it, and he was like, can we do Stray Dogs crossover covers with our books? And we were like, we don't want to like break the world of Stray Dogs and have them exist in with vampires or deadites or whatever. But we'll just draw dogs. That's fine. And so that's what this is. Again, this is like the Gargoyles and then us drawing dogs and cats with them and stuff. So sort of like we did a whole run of all 12 first issues or 12, I think, of Gargoyles, where it's them with pets. This is the first one with Bronx.
Cool.
Is that Bronx? Shit.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You got it right. Good job.
Yeah.
Trish is way more Gargoyles than I am. Like I watched that when it was on, but it did not stick with me. And she when she found out we were going to get to do Gargoyles, she flipped out. She's very psyched about these. But we did this the same way for the first 6 of them or 7 or so. We did them the same way we do Stray Dogs covers, where I would do a rough, and most of the time I would do. Sometimes Trish would do the rough, and then Trish would pencil it out, and then I would go through and sort of ink it, and so it was a real collaborative back and forth thing. And then I would color it. Sometimes she would color it. So we're just sort of passing this one back and forth, so we can both be credited for them.
Awesome. All right, and our last one here, Local Man, the gold special. This is I don't know. I don't think you want to call it like is it a one shot? It's a one shot, but
yeah, it's a one shot. Sort of like an annual or a special.
I didn't want to say annual. Yeah.
Yeah. It acts as an annual basically in between arcs of Local Man. we're doing these one-off specials. This one, and then after this next arc, we're doing one that's going to be like a Bad Girls special, sort of like take stuff from the 90s and do our version of them. So that's the B cover. This is the A cover where it looks way more Death Matey.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just shiny foil crossover comics. It's truly a one shot, and it all takes place in this one story, like the one issue, this full story. And what I learned on this book is that if you do gold foil covers, don't do it on both sides. Just do one side, because if you do both sides, they have to wrap the whole thing in this like treatment that costs an extra $1,000.
Oh Jesus!
So that the spine doesn't crack. Because if the spine cracked, then like retailers would just return them all because they showed up
damaged copy.
So yeah, that is very expensive. So only do gold foil on one side, or if it's on the back, just don't have it be on the spine.
Did you purposely draw feet better than Rob Liefeld draws feet? Or?
Get out of here with that bullshit. Draw feet just fine.
I mean, I'm just wondering. I'm just seeing, like, I'm just asking. So
that one. Tim Seeley draws all the superheroes. He drew the feet. If he's trying to throw any shade, he has not told me about it. I don't think it is. Like me and Tim.
Well, I looked at the average guy too to see if I checked both feet action out there and the shoes.
Well, I drew those feet for sure.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to read this Local Man comic, I guess.
I think you'll dig it.
Okay.
I like it.
At least see it enough to see how much we revere the Midwest.
You could have said this while we were talking and been like, "Hey, dude, what?" I think you actually did ask me if I was reading this book, and I just laughed at you and said no.
Well, listen. So I only have Stray Dogs to compare things to up until this point, and so when Local Man numbers started coming in, I was like, "Oh shit, this is a disaster." How are we going to live? And then people were like, "No, you sell better than a lot of books. It just is not Stray Dogs." And so whenever somebody says that they have not read Local Man, I'm just like, that checks out.
I think maybe if you promote it on the right, maybe YouTube channels a little bit more with the right audience, that's good to you. That maybe.
Well, listen, if you guys talk to any other YouTube channels, let them know that the trade is coming out in the next couple of weeks. I know your guys are sort of looking for they want the first printings and the keys and stuff like that. All are available at reasonable prices. We did some cool variant covers for number one, like retailer ones that are.
Tony, you didn't learn the first time we had you on. There might be an option in the work, right? Is that what we're hearing about Local Man? It might be an option in the work.
I'm not gonna listen. I would not bullshit about that. Of course, we talk to people about these things. We're talking about stuff. My Hollywood people are talking.
There you go. No, stop there. Just stop there. You're like, my Hollywood people are talking. Yeah, okay, there you go.
I mean, you see where I live. Of course, everything's out here getting optioned all day long.
It really is. Holy shit.
But yeah, the trade comes out here in the next probably like 2 weeks from now. It comes out in September. So we've only got a couple weeks before that's over.
Since we haven't seen you since it came out, I had it buried somewhere here. Actually, I had to talk to you about that because it was damaged and I just didn't want to say anything about it. You did a Kickstarter.
What?
We did a Kickstarter.
It is damaged if it's my fault.
Yeah. You had a Kickstarter for Time Shoppers.
Yeah.
And I had obviously well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but you gave us the whole thing, so we read the whole thing before.
You can tell people that I gave you the PDF of my Kickstarter. I don't think that's under embargo.
Yeah, whatever. So we read it, so I already read it, so I didn't really care so much about the book. But I was looking at all the cool. First off, yeah, it sucked that we didn't get like an early buy because by the time I actually uploaded the hamster wheel, there's already sold out. You're already sold out of your best stuff, anyways.
Oh, the $100.
The $100
Franklin edition,
super cheap.
Yeah.
But then, when I got the POG thing or whatever, the card thing, because I think I got the second tier.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that were like kind of screwed up in it because of packaging, buddy. You got to take care of that.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Was the tape okay? Did you listen to the tape?
I don't know if I did. Now I'm going to. Now you put me in the spot. Now we have to go walk it all out.
He didn't open it. I did this book, Time Shopper, and we did a cool Kickstarter for it where you could get all this cool stuff with the book that was like stuff that the guy who
nostalgia
time bought when he was traveling in time. Yeah, cool nostalgic stuff like a cassette single, some Pogs, all kinds of stuff. An autographed picture of Jesus Christ. And
it was there. Yeah. Go ahead.
This tape is a tape. It's Boys to Men, So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday, but with Carl, where the time shopper recorded the song with them. Like he went to them and was like, "What if we made this song called this?" And so we recorded onto every one of those tapes a message from Carl about Boys to Men, and nobody has tape players anymore. So we sent out like 100 of those or whatever, and I sat there and recorded on both sides of every one of those tapes this message, and not one person has ever said I listened.
Well, because so I didn't even think it was a real tape. I thought it was I thought it was a real tape, but I didn't think it was like a real there's anything on the tape.
Well, now I feel like the expectation is going to be too much because it is just a dumb joke. But if one person would listen to the tape, it would really make that 2 nights of agony sitting in front of that tape recorder seem worthwhile. Because you would record one side, then I had to flip the tape and rewind it all the way to the beginning, and then you remember how tapes worked.
Yes.
The other side.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah, I don't know how it would have been better to tell people.
Rigorous.
Did it say in the package to listen to the tape?
Did what? Nobody listened.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how. Like, well, okay, but Tony, like everybody knows that the fucking picture really isn't signed by Jesus, right? So like you said a tape. We knew the Pogs weren't made by fucking Pogs, so you said a tape. I don't think anybody thought there was anything on the fucking
all this
tape.
other cools. Why would you think that we stopped with the details? At the tape level. Although the tape too much.
You're saying that, and then nobody listened to the tape. So I think maybe on this one,
that's what I said.
Right.
Listen.
He doesn't.
Both of us are right.
Right.
About this.
Fair enough. All right.
He was too busy worrying about the package to actually listen to the tape.
Well, let me know what was messed up. I think I have a couple of these.
It's okay. No, it was all good shit anyways. It was fine. Whatever it was, I was just doing it to support you anyway. So now I'm worried where I put it's buried someplace. Sorry.
Don't worry, Marco. Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
My guy panting. It's time for me to feed him. I think that means.
All right. Yeah.
Tony,
good seeing you again.
Glad we got to milk an extra hour out of you.
Yes.
This was great, guys. I'm happy to come back when me and Trish's new book comes out in the spring. Let's do the same thing. Let's do every month. We'll come through and do it with you. Unless you hate it. Unless in issue 1 you're like, this isn't for us.
If we do, we'll tell you. We'll be at least honest with you.
I imagine
Marco will not be invited on that show.
Maybe in a month. Why don't when Darkness comes out? What is that? 6 weeks? 5 weeks?
That comes out. FOC's now, so it'll be out in like 3 weeks or something.
All right. Maybe I'll hit you up and see if we can get you back on.
We can talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Show them before I go. Show them the Local Man #6 homage cover because Marco, you'll hate this. And then
okay, I'll pull it up. Give me a second.
Because FOC for that's next week. FOC for Army of Darkness is on Monday. So if you've heard this show and you're like, all right, that sounds cool, tell your shop to order it this weekend so that we can get numbers up. I don't make any extra money on that. I just like for people to see that I'm.
What is it? It's Local Man. Which number?
6.
Number 6, and it's the C or the D cover.
Well, the Army Darkness issue 1 that you sent us was fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
And it gets like it's super fun from there. Like Justin Greenwood and Brad Simpson are really killing it on the artwork. And it like I just went through the lettering draft of issue 2, and it fucking zooms. Like it's a fun book. Not my part, just looking at it and just seeing it looks like the sort of thing that I would be jazzed about if I was reading.
How does your publisher not have all the?
Because it's on Lunar now. Is that why?
I'm pulling up my Lunar account. All right. Hold
Listen
on.
to him. He's going crazy.
I know.
Sorry, Local Man.
Fucking Marco.
Look how you just even bringing it up is disgusting to you.
It's not. No, I'm not signing. I'm not signing into the Lunar account. Okay.
Oh.
No. Let me see if I can get someplace else. People aren't showing the cover. It must be really bad.
Oh, jeez.
So Local Man #6, we always do an A and B cover. The B cover this time is by Marat Michaels. He did Brigade, and he did a book called Blindside. He's famous now for doing the Winnie the Pooh, the Do You Pooh covers that you see at all these conventions. A true homage king himself. He's done Lady Death stuff. But then the C cover, I think, is the Walking Dead 20th
The Walking Dead one.
anniversary
Yeah,
cover.
they're still showing that on the.
And then the D cover, like I said, for this arc, we're doing classic Image Comics homage covers.
I can't share it, but I'll send you the link, Marco.
Send me the link.
So if you pre-order Local Man number 6s, you can get. We finally.
Are you sending it to me in the private chat?
Caved in and started doing homage covers.
Instagram.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I don't have no
I know.
Instagram. For fuck's sake!
I really should have been more prepared for this. I feel like
Send it to me, Stick. Just send it to me, Stick.
Dude. Yeah, no, I got it. It's yeah. Why would you just put it in the private chat?
Early
I'm on my phone.
What's that? Sorry. What did you say, Tony?
I feel like I really ground the show to the halt with this.
No, you're doing great.
Oh, thanks, Marco.
Yeah. For the fucking first time. It's like the back of the day again. It's like a couple.
There you go,
I
Matt.
can't believe you haven't gotten any better at this.
So how long have you been playing the GIMP?
I love that guy's reaction. He seemed hurt. Definitely, he's never been mixed up.
Yeah,
with
I got it. I got it.
I just
for being named Steven.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, yeah, he's got to take it easy.
So I hear you're from Indiana.
They said he's from Indiana too. They should have known then that he wasn't the right guy.
He seemed
I used to be in Indiana.
What's that? He isn't from Indiana?
No
I
big
think it was from Indiana.
Oh my god, we're gonna go here.
So I hear you love the Midwest.
I hear you love the Midwest.
A love letter to the Midwest, some would say about Local Man. Truly.
All right, let's see. Oh wait, I have it pulled up. What the fuck am I doing? Just gotta share the screen, right?
How loud is my dog to you guys?
Not that
Can you hear
loud.
me?
I can't
Believe
hear
me, I could hear Kyle opening up his Slurpee more than I could hear.
It's an ocean water.
Actually, you're just so hungry.
Easy.
All right, I'm gonna share the screen.
I tried to share my screen like 5 minutes ago. And it
No
won't.
way this is going to live up to any of this expectation.
Now it's we've like let it go for too long, dude. Which window would I like to open? The one that says Local Man.
This is how we keep you an extra half an hour, Tony. Just don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
there we go. Available at Golden Apple. Damn straight.
Yeah. Hold on, let me try to. There we go.
All right, so there's a C cover. Obviously, a Rub the Blood strike number 1.
So now you're literally just going over crappy image covers from the 90s. And
I
just
can't
knocking
believe
them off.
the words that you're saying right now. I mean, say something so blasphemous.
Wow. I think we are going to call Scotty and send that picture over and just clip the part where you said you didn't mind stealing his art and trying to make money off of him.
That's fine. Look, me and Scotty are fine. I'm not worried about that.
Why are you trying to put heat on Tony? Tony doesn't need that heat.
But yeah, so we did this one. We did the Max cover for an upcoming issue. We did a Youngblood Strike File Jay Lee cover homage, and we did a Image Comics number 0 homage for these next 4 issues. So we're working on that. If any of you have distinguished taste, not like Marco,
yeah,
and you love early 90s Image Comics.
Hey, if you like Hot Pockets and eating on all-you-can-eat buffets, this is the book for you. Make sure you go out there and grab it really quickly.
That's the guy with the unbuttoned satin shirt.
It's velour.
Marco, I don't like the way you're raising up this next generation of fans to disrespect their elders like that. This is real comics. Right?
What else? First off, you're not my elder. Second of all, I mean, I don't know.
Rob Liefeld is both of our elder. He's
with all the plastic surgery, is he? I don't know. He's kind of crying.
Plastic surgery. Listen, I'm definitely going to go feed my dog now. This is crazy what you're saying.
He's not going to sit around for this.
Order Army of
information.
Thank you for being here. A lot of option talk going around, of course.
Yes, a lot of options, especially with a lot of options. Tony, it's always great. Hopefully, we'll see you down the line, man.
All right. I love you guys. Thanks for having me on. Have a great rest of the show.
Thanks for get Army Darkness in a few weeks. Thanks, Tony.
All right, later.
See you soon.
Later. Take care.
I guess.
So, how'd that go?
That went great.
Tony's still frozen on my screen, waving. That's how crappy my internet is right now.
That was really great.
He's gone.
Thanks, Tony.
You must have Sticks internet.
Bruce, you gotta go.
I do tonight.
No,
I don't know what's up.
There's nothing around.
Oh, what else you guys got?
We got the rest of the show.
Yeah.
We got a whole slideshow.
So much still, yeah.
Yes.
Damn it, dude. Well,
we'll see you later, Marco. Thanks for stopping by.
I have to leave soon because I got to get ready for work. But
what? Wait, you can't leave your own fucking show. What is this shit? Oh man,
I have to because I have to work tonight.
I gotta tell you though, like a lot of people, sometimes you talk to people and they put it on or whatever. That's not Tony. That's kind of how he always is. So it's cool to have him still around.
So we can roll into anime or
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
How about we roll into stuff? What sex do you need to be here for? Are you really going to work?
Yeah, it's how I pay bills.
Are you working at? You work on Sundays?
He works for the sheriff's department, man. That's 24/7, bro.
Oh, in Arizona, no doubt. It's fucking Florida 2.0.
I'm covering a shift tonight. Usually I have Saturdays off, but one of the other guys went on vacation, so I'm covering. I'm covering the shift.
Are you going on patrol?
I wish.
On patrol.
So you want to do anime then?
Let's do it.
Well, why don't we do anime later? Why don't we do best and worst covers?
Yeah, please do comic stuff because I don't know if I can do anime.
Oh, whatever, Marco. It's like three
I'll be honest. Somebody was talking to me about their kids at this funeral that I was just at and how they like it. But then there's Chainsaw Man, and because of you, I could actually communicate with her. Where she's like, "Yeah, my 12-year-old," and then the chainsaw. I go, "Oh yeah, the guy with the dog and the chainsaw and stuff. Yeah, it's not appropriate." She's like, "Yeah." So you look wrong.
Kyle's son pays the bills with Sonic money.
Well, he's got. Right. Is that Sonic you got right there? Did he get you a slushie? Oh, shit.
Bring home the extras. Dinner's ready.
Great kid.
All right, best and worst covers.
Best and worst. Best and worst. Best and worst covers
out for me.
Of the week.
All right, first up, starting on keeping with that Rob Liefeld train. Jesus Christ, we have Deadpool Batter Blood number 4.
Yeah, it's fucking
it hasn't loaded up on my screen yet.
This is genius.
I like Wolverine having fangs now.
He was serious, huh?
Who, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was serious.
I think he was, yeah.
I think he also understands there's a pecking order, and Rob Liefeld is higher up on it than he is.
Yeah. That's what I was saying nicely. Okay, cool.
Yes, that's what you were saying nicely. Yes.
So anybody think this is cool? I mean, it's not his worst work.
Oh,
it's not his worst work ever.
No. At least it left the feet off the cover, so you didn't have to have that.
Dude doesn't know how to draw guns or feet.
Yeah, that gun looks like it's like Nerf. It's Nerf or nothing.
Nerf or nothing.
Nerf or nothing.
What the fuck?
I don't think Rob Liefeld's ever seen
that
a
sword. That sword looks like a skewer that you would put an olive on into a martini. No, it looks like look at how the hilt is like the handle's like crooked.
It's one of those butcher knife.
The hilt's underneath his thumb and his finger too, so it's like he's almost. It's like a construct. You guys remember construction? Ever make swords and shields out of constructs? That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
it's fucking horrible. That's horrible.
Deadpool meets
horrible.
I was poor, so I made him out of markers and cardboard.
Okay, cool story.
Also the biceps and the arms, they always look like they're full of that oil that people will try to use to make their muscles big. Like that's not how
baby oil. You mean baby oil? You mean baby oil?
No,
like
they inject oil in their muscles.
I'm not really into the bodybuilding, flexing, wearing.
It's fake bodybuilding. It's hilarious, dude. You should check it out. It's so
really?
Funny.
I probably that's a rabbit hole. I'll probably fucking go.
I like how his melting off.
You know, that's a rabbit hole. I'll fucking go down. I find that shit fascinating, dude. Kyle just died.
Bye, Kyle.
Okay.
We love you. We miss
Bye,
you.
Kyle. Enjoy Sonic. Yay.
Have a good day at work.
Wait, was he running these slides?
No, I am. Kyle's back.
Oh, welcome back, Kyle.
He's back. He's back.
I think that'll help my internet.
Welcome home, honey.
It really hasn't changed in 3 years. You're still having internet problems, huh?
Predator versus Wolverine number 1, Peach Momoko cover.
That's a Peach Momoko cover?
Yes.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. These aren't the worst covers that these artists have ever... I wouldn't even say these are the bottom third worst covers these artists have ever done. I mean, this does look like a child. Like
I think for Peach, this one's kind of up there with her worst.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, because like you just said, it looks like a 5-year-old drew.
Well, it's a color by number thing, but like
it's kind of mid for her. I think. I don't think
it's mid. It's mid. There you go, Sticks. Yeah, mid. All right.
Dad, dude, these are not in any particular order.
Yeah. Ed said no more Momoko.
Yes.
I feel like this is worse than the first one. Yeah. What is this?
Next up, we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Stranger Things #3 cover.
What's wrong with that one person's face?
Yeah, 11 looks like she got 11 looks like she got a lazy eye.
What the fuck? Oh wait, that's supposed to be 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is a crossover.
Looks like somebody took a razor and cut her mouth open.
Don't tell me that's supposed to be the boy next to her.
Yeah, that's Lucas.
No.
Oh,
No.
Don't tell me that's supposed boy. Don't tell me that's supposed to be the boy.
No, the young guy that's what the that looks like a girl, doesn't it?
It looks like Lucas.
That does not look like
season
Lucas.
1. It looks like season 1 Lucas.
No. Get the fuck out of here. You didn't watch season 1.
I've seen all 4 seasons.
Well, then you don't know what
you're
talking about.
This is terrible.
It looks more like the girl from Austin Powers 3.
Somebody put a smile on her face.
It looks like a 30-year-old woman. That's what that looks like, is a 30-year-old woman.
You saying it looks like Beyonce?
If that's who played that
It
character.
looks like Beyonce.
It does not look like fucking Beyonce. What the fuck's wrong with you? Okay, we gotta get off this cover at this point.
Terrible. Up next, we got Batman Gargoyle.
What the
Gotham,
fuck?
#1 Noir
Wait,
edition.
I picked this because you know what we all know now? Does a Batman shit in the woods? Yes.
Yes, it does. Holy shit. Holy shit. What is this?
Dude, he had Taco Bell, man. He
Ooh, that's a Gleason.
was after the Joker, and he had to pull over.
Oh my God.
Is that a Gleason? Is that Gleason?
I don't think so.
Like he was going for symmetry, but then he chickened out.
I can't tell.
What the fuck?
But all I know is yes, Batman shits in the woods. So we have confirmation now.
This is
Hey,
this is
Sal.
like
He has to keep his cape
Right.
flowing.
Sal, you're
so it
right.
doesn't get
Sal,
caught in
this
the
cannot be real. This is not.
Why
a
does he
cover.
have 2 different gloves on?
See, wait, time out. We don't know who the artist is because this isn't a real cover. This is bullshit.
It's on the website.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
agree.
it's on
You
the
get two
internet, so
different.
it's real?
You get 2 different gloves.
Yep, it's on the internet.
It's on the internet, so it's real. Okay. All right.
Oh, don't go with that.
That might be the worst. This is probably the worst thing we've seen tonight. This is obviously the worst thing we've seen.
It's like
know.
Catwoman said, "Come out in something sexy," and he came out like this, you know. And she ran
Fucking
away.
his Batwing turtle, dude. He's got talk.
It's Raphael
What the
Grandpa.
fuck?
Oh god.
GRAMPA with a little line on top of the A.
There's no way. Dude.
Oh. Okay.
So
No, yeah, that would definitely be a pass.
Is that
sounds
Peter or
like
is that
that
somebody
sounds like a
typing in?
terrible-
That should be Pete.
That's Pete, yeah.
Good.
Hey, Peter, great show the other night. Caught it. It was very good.
Great job, Pete.
Congratulations.
see Raphael Grandpa's stunning artwork in vivid, uncolored, black and white.
BK, I will. Okay, sorry. Once a show, I have to agree with BK, and I gotta say this: Liefeld was greater than Depends Batman. Yes, it was.
Did Raphael Grandpa do all the covers and stuff for this book? Because I know he's.
There's no fucking way, dude. There's no fucking way. I mean, yeah, it's on the website. Are you out of your shit, DC? Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Joe. I question all. Now I question all your. Maybe I should watch your show. What show was he on last night? He had a show, right? I might go back and watch that show now because I'm questioning your taste in comics, buddy. Like, there's no way you like that. There's no way, right?
No, come on.
No, come on,
Dude, he's look at he's got hairy legs. His pants are totally down.
He's got a pad on his inner thighs because
if you look between his legs, there is
no.
a
Let's not look. Hey, let's not look in between his legs.
It's
no. Looking between legs.
He's
nope.
about to pee on his own face.
DC already got in trouble once for Batwang. We don't need him.
His Bruce Wayne looks like Derek Zoolander doing the Blue Steel.
His Bruce Wayne.
It does. I can't probably.
Look, it's even hard to come out because he's on the.
All right. That's
next.
All you had to do is say "hard to come out," Kyle, and everyone's like, "Oh no!"
Hey, Kyle was like, okay, Kyle's internet was broken. All of a sudden, he saw a naked Batman. Internet works fine. Let's try to superimpose that shit.
Internet works good now.
I just called in sick.
His internet helped, and it's like they're giving him the opportunity to talk about Batwang. We got to make sure we supercharge his connection.
Yeah,
we got Spawn 345.
Yeah,
the melee cover, terrible. Kyle would say, "Look between his legs."
Doesn't that look like an advert for like a knockoff Halloween costume? You know, like when you go like
Spirit Halloween.
I had to put this one on the list because it's very few and far between that you get a shitty Spawn cover.
That's true.
This is the Spirit Halloween Spawn cover.
Yeah, kind of looks like Scare Glow.
I hope that grandpa cover's homaged a lot.
I think he's homaging the fucking.
It's pronounced Grandpa.
Grandpa.
I prefer Grandpa. Grandpa's better. Yeah.
We should talk to Tony next month about homaging that cover.
I just want to get a final price lockdown and what it would cost to get you on a sketch cover yelling at Bruce Campbell.
I think that would be. I think it's $215. I honestly think it's $215, and I might, if he sticks to that amount, I'll pay for it.
It'd be worth every penny of it.
It'd be worth every fucking penny.
They're the best covers. We got Batman, Superman, World's Finest 19, the Nick Cage.
That is the coolest cover ever.
Dude, no, it would have been cooler if they did like the skullet. Like if they gave him the like skullet thing. I don't know if you could do that, but if they, like the original one, that would have been so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
Would Nicolas Cage sign this cover?
Oh, why wouldn't he?
Oh, I bet you would. Yeah, he loves comics. Plus, they gave him hair. Hell yeah, he would.
Plus, they gave him hair.
Sporn costume.
I look really good on that, don't I? Yeah, that's what he'd say.
Oh,
that sounds just like him. I thought he was sitting here.
He's a nice guy. Look at that guy a break. I mean, what's up with the cheesy Batman or Superman in the background, though?
At least you have Mark. At least when you and Bruce make next week's list, you can put Tony Fleecs' 500 print autobiography book on the list.
Yeah. In my lifetime?
Yeah. No, yeah, I think we'll be all right.
Nick Cage would sign your taint.
But yeah, you got to get the Nick Cage cover.
I think there's a whole team behind that list, actually. Not Pumper and Dumper. So
then we have Wonder Woman #1, Stanley Art Germ Lou cardstock cover.
Lou.
Art Germ crushing it again.
Lau,
sorry.
Oh, I put it in the wrong chat.
Lulu?
Lululemons.
Lululemons. Dude, I wonder how much it would cost to get Nick Cage to sign your taint.
Oh, what?
A lot less than you think.
And then you'd have, if he did that, you'd have to get it
Nick
tattooed.
Cage now, probably a little expensive. Nick Cage when he was going through all this tax evasion stuff, probably not that
$40.
$40.
I'll
for the
sign
sandwich.
whatever you put in front of me.
Yeah.
I mean, people love this because it's Art Gem, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
Love
it's
it.
a sick cover.
Well, also like there's a lot of I've learned that there's a lot of dudes that love crazy chicks, and this has definitely got crazy eye chick vibes to it. So
Oh yeah, she's the hottest chick in the trailer park.
Yeah, she's adjusting the crown because it's time to go to work.
Yep.
She's crazy.
Next we have Grim 13.
Yeah, I think this probably person's gonna show better, right? Because it's got the skull there, you can kind of see it.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It was it's got that that paint look to it, and then it kind of blends into that into the skull. And
Joe loves crazy chicks, like legit ass. He fucking loves crazy chicks, dude. Oh, I see you. What you did with your
beautiful cover,
Joe. I didn't notice that. Now I notice that. That's kind of funny, dude.
And we got Star Wars Bounty Hunters 38, the Star Wars Clone Wars 15th anniversary cover.
I think that's cool as shit. I'm sure you guys will be talking about this tomorrow, but I just that is a beautifully drawn cover. I mean,
yeah, I mean it was on the FOC. Some of these Clone War covers aren't living up to the hype, but this one is really fucking cool. Really, really fucking cool.
It's a lot of leather.
Hey, that's just the way it is.
Next, we have the Titans 3, the Jen Bartello cardstock variant.
Brewster picked this one.
Yes. I love Jim Bartel.
West.
Yeah,
and I'm a sucker for flannel and a vest.
It's speaking to you. Speaking to you at a very loinal level.
You know, and there aren't too many
that's a good question.
Design covers by with Wally West.
They want to know who drew the Cad Bane cover.
Aren't they all part? Aren't all the Clone Wars part of the?
Now.
Is it part of all that Sprouse thing? Isn't he the one that's doing them all?
Yeah, I like Jen Bartel's covers. Great cover artist.
EM Gist.
Oh, Gist is doing them. Okay.
Got the laying down suspenders with the red flash Yeezys on. It looks like
that's how I dress to go to work.
I'll rock those. What are you trying to hint at, Kyle?
With your flannel and your big puffy vest.
Yep, that's exactly.
He looks like he's got his pants tucked into his fucking shoes.
Is there another way to wear your pants?
Get the fuck out of here.
Off.
Over your
off.
God damn you people. Set me up on that one.
We have Sheena, Queen of the Jungle.
Queen of the Jungle.
Fatal Exams #1, limited edition.
Yeah, I love this cover.
Yeah, it's showing off. He's showing off the weenie to her. Look at what I got. Look at what
she's a little older there, huh?
Look what's between my legs.
She got that mature rib thing.
No.
It's interesting. Yeah. Who did this? This is good.
Perillo.
Lucio Perillo.
There's
I like the
metal
definition
cover of this also.
Of course there is.
Yeah, of course.
That's cool. All right, cool. Yeah. Up next.
That's it. And then we just got first appearance of the week. Do we want to go back to anime or do we want to just keep trucking? I feel like Sam's been sitting there a long time.
Why don't we do the list and then because I gotta go. I got 12 minutes and then I gotta get ready for work.
All right, so we're running all over the place here. All right, so let's be on the lookout.
You know, you guys know, chat, please hit that like button. Get those likes up for the show.
Sound like a radio host.
Oh, this looks familiar.
Yeah, gonna recap the hot 10 list this week. If you watch Pete and Marco and
not me, Pete's
Bruce.
You were on there, Bruce and the boys
Joe.
On Friday night. They gave you the new home of the CBSI Hot 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Gotham Academy #1 at #10. Sonic the Hedgehog. What's the Sonic the Hedgehog book, Bruce?
It's
Marco,
1 in 50, 900th issue 9th anniversary. It's
Yeah,
selling for anywhere between 130 to 250, depending on what sale you're looking at.
You know, it's like some of those Sonics, it's a gamble on those variants, but like for how expensive this book was and everything like that, for the variant to sell, it's not huge volumes on it, but pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. Don't buy by the way, don't buy every Sonic variant just because one out of every 20 of them hit. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of try to pick the right ones if that's the game you're going after. Just
the Marco disclaimer.
Public service announcement. Well, because when you say that, then like a certain somebody will come into the chat and be like, Sonic's hot every book, and you're like, dude, fucking, what are you talking about? Dude, you're fucking out of your shit. So, all right, what else we got? Are you guys excited about the Crow remake?
The Crow Flesh and
the movie?
Blood.
Yeah.
Because I loved the first one.
Yeah, I do too. So, like, from my understanding and whatever, it's going to be, for what they're saying, it's going to be not only just a remake, but they're also going to expand the universe. And that's why Crow Fresh and Blood, not the original series, hits this because of the character in there. Pretty much a pregnant chick that ends up dying. If you didn't read the comic book, spoiler alert. Too bad. It's been too long.
And then the crow actually brings her back to life so she can go after like people fucking off her. Same type of similar story. So I think any of these like weird crow characters are gonna hear it, but like they're probably not bringing back a pregnant chick, right? They're not gonna put that in the expanded universe, right?
Probably not.
Probably not. Dead pregnant chick that comes out for vengeance. You never know though. But are you excited about them actually looking like they're gonna finally make their remake of The Crow?
Yes. It's going to be hard to compete, and I know a lot of people are going to shit on it because the original movie was so fucking good. But I think they're going to do it justice.
Isn't that some bullshit? Because you just kind of at one point you gotta say, okay, do you want something or do you not want it at all? Like, because you're never gonna get the original Crow again, right? We're never gonna get Brandon Lee back. You're never getting the original Crow. So do you want another Crow movie or do you want nothing at all? You know, like that's.
I'd like to have another Crow movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Is it Jason Momoa?
No,
playing Crow.
No,
who's playing the Crow?
Guy Garger or whatever.
What, Skarsgård?
I don't know. Is that the guy's name? It's one of those.
I'll have to look it up now.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I like that's even with the Judge Dredd when they redid them, and people are like, wait. Well, the first Judge Dredd, no offense, kind of sucked, even though it's very fun to watch.
Oh, it is Bill Skarsgård. Nice.
Yeah, see.
Anyway,
yeah. Like I know something every once in a while. You know, good shit. Then you guys got your Swayze as cheesecake, as they like to describe it there. I didn't know what that meant. Now I know what it means.
Blame Joe for that.
That is a Joe thing.
Yeah, at number 7, then we had the Marvel Agents, the true first appearance of Toxic Avenger. We learned that. You watched the Hot 10, you learned something there. Number 6, we have this god awful Helverine.
that by the way, if you want to send hate mail to somebody, send that to Pete because that's 100% a Pete pick.
When I was watching it, this almost accredited the list for me. I was like, why would you put that book on this list?
I agree. I 100% agree on it. I was 100% against it and got voted down. So you could take that up with the boys. Yeah, I'll throw them under the bus. I don't give a shit.
I was like, swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Number 5, we have Magic Order. Number 4, what covers that up? Number 4, Bruce.
Swavey. That's a Swavey cheesecake.
That is X-Men, Immortal X-Men number 15.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's nice. A 1 in 25, I believe.
I mean, just at this point, Emma, you're going to get slappies, just Emma frosting you up no matter what. But doing a good Emma Frost is good.
That is a good Emma Frost.
Something that we haven't actually done this whole show.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Oh, thank you for watching my show. I appreciate that you copy me. It's nice.
There you go.
I feel bad for him.
And then at number 3, go ahead, Bruce, because I always butcher this one.
Number 3, we have Nord's Swimsuit Illustrated by Lobos. This was 1 in 50, I believe.
Like,
and
I'm not
selling 20 copies. Sorry, over 20 copies were sold this past 7 days.
I'm not a slappy for like these sexy covers. Like I know a lot of you guys are, but like that one, that's impressive.
A lot
that's
of you
really nice cover.
are.
It's a really nice cover. Yeah, like a lot of you guys are.
Yeah, that's what the market. Let's go.
All right. What else we got here? Why is this so slow? Slow Dread kind of sucked. It was.
Hey, we were just.
Whoa! Shit! You not highlight that. I will not be a part of that slander. Oh shit! Jesus Christ! Move along.
Hey, we brought up one of your books on eBay.
Yeah, My Barn Comics. You got a book on eBay.
Number 2, we have the Uncanny X-Men, the Dazzler.
God damn! What is going on in the chat?
And then number 1, we have the Punch comics.
Who highlighted that?
I only know one. I do know one person who
I don't
got
have
that
control.
book. That Punch.
Not me.
Not me.
All right. Well, thank you for everybody who tuned into the Hot 10 by CBSI. Appreciate it. Thank you
the
for
person that My Bargain Comics was talking about actually owns that book. That punch.
What book?
The number one book.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
You got
Very
it from
nice.
a
So that
buddy of
leads
mine.
us in to since they got the hot 10, we
Well,
got
we
the
gotta give you the
leftovers.
crumbs, right? That's
Yeah,
what
we got
do.
the
We
crumbs.
steal your ideas.
Yeah,
and
they steal our segments and then hand us the
steal your
crumbs.
shit and hand you the crumbs.
So we got the hot
my
10.
friend Kyle.
Hot 10
I mean, I
list
can't believe
outside
what
looking
Renovision
in.
does to my friend Kyle. I cannot believe it. Absolutely atrocious.
The books that were almost on the hot 10 and that should have been on the hot 10 over that god awful Helverine book. And so we had the first runner up. We had the prelude to Deadpool Corp 2. Deadpool 3 seems to be the only movie people want to continue to spec/invest in as their attention turns to the first appearance of Kid Deadpool. About a dozen sales this week, as copies sold as little as $3 last week and as high as 30 this week, earning this book the number one runner up as it was pulled from the list last minute. It should have stayed there. Next up.
Hey, so wait, time out. Now we're gonna take slander against me because I pulled this book. I don't think it should have stayed there. Fuck no, absolutely not.
Oh no, I didn't know you pulled this book. I'm just saying.
This I pulled this book because I was the one who put. I was the one who put punch. I was the one who put punch in because it was a great
that's
thing.
fine. But this book should have been on there over that Helverine book.
Oh, I thought you. Yeah, well, okay, all right.
Shots I'm not taking shots at you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I put the punch book up there. I mean, it was a legitimate ass sale, and I didn't think this one. I mean, this thing is what it is.
Yes, no, I 100%. I'm just saying. I think this belongs there over the Helverine book.
All right, fair enough.
Mark is enthusiastic. Finally, Matt brings the note. I understand that. Well,
let's go. Let's go. You don't get to defend yourself. It's too late.
Yeah, too late. Thank you. Thank you. Damn.
I could sell Nude to Kyle for $20.
Now we're getting shots getting fired
15.
all over this. What are we doing here?
Move on.
Yeah, please move on. Let's go.
Moon Knight number one in the 80s. Another book that almost made the list. Honestly, this one probably should have made the list, but I forgot to check on it as the death of Moon Knight approaches. Interest is going back into his older appearances. We may be getting a new Moon Knight soon, but we all know this isn't really the last of Mark Spector. There was a high raw sale of $75, but about 40 sales. Most Raw's copies moved for about 20.
What you guys don't know is that there's a secret code. There's a secret code on this slide. If you put all the capital letters together, it spells something. So that's why the O and the H are capitalized.
Yeah. Also, I think he took a clip out of somebody's stuff and added some ad-lib, which is fucking hilarious. Go.
So it spells honk.
It's a secret code. I'll leave it to the audience to decode.
We don't spell check here.
Yeah,
I don't get paid enough to proofread.
We put paragraphs up on slides and then fucking read them word for word.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, what's wrong with
Dazzler
that?
number one, a dip in sales and prices from last
script.
week kept us off the list. Were you gonna say something, Sam?
I was saying something, but
my bad. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry.
I was just saying there's nothing wrong with reading the slides. That's fine.
Okay.
The script.
Next time I come on the show, I'm definitely drinking a lot more. All right.
Dazzler won a dip in sales and prices from the last week, kept us off the list. Only about 40 sales, down from 70, and price going much closer to 10 to 15 than last week's 15 to 25.
Yeah.
And we have Werewolf by Night, the Adam Hughes 1 in 50. This had a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
We got a lot of heat for not putting this one on the list. We did.
This had a lot of buzz heading into the week, but maybe the demand was satisfied with pre-sales. This week, only a handful of sales, a little over ratio at about $60.
Oh God, it's gonna be.
Which I think this book is right where it needs to be because I think this is going to start dropping now that.
Hey, it's Grandpa.
This book actually went on sale, and this cover is actually on sale too. So the Batman Gargoyle of Gotham, number one ash can. This one per store ash can is back to selling around 50, as folks were reminded of this July release with the series number one finally coming out. Only a couple copies sold at the price, but it's worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I mean DC slappies will always overpay for shit. So,
and that is our CBSI Hot 10 list. Outside looking in, the books that did not make Pete's Hot 10 list.
Hey, congratulations, boys! I think you guys are. I think you might be getting an article there too. Spoiler alert.
Ooh. Oh, what? You're stealing our stuff?
No, I'm not stealing it. What the fuck? There's a compliment. Jesus, you guys are also defensive over here. Huh.
Sam's ready to go.
What'd you do? What happened?
Okay, yeah. Can we get Sam to do his anime thing before he fucking just shits on everybody? Let's go.
Sam's getting hungry. He needs a
Look at it.
Snickers.
He's like, I need it.
Hungry.
He's like,
Get
"Give me
in my
damn
bed."
anime books already.
I've been eating this whole time. I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, maybe that's a thing with him. Maybe squatting grandpa books or grandpa books.
I'll check
Grandpa.
myself next week.
Yeah,
Definitely not grandpa.
Grandpa.
Oh, man.
Grandpa.
I think it's actually pronounced Gimpy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This show probably is, bro.
All right.
Got it.
Anime time. Watch your ears.
Great news, everybody. We did it. We did it. We get season 2, baby. Woohoo! One Piece live action adaptation on Netflix. They tapped the author Oda Sensei himself to announce season 2 on his very own Den Mushi transponder cell telephone replica from the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Netflix's One Piece live action. If you haven't seen it yet, guess what? Good news. You'll have plenty of chance to see it and the season 2 when it comes out in about 12 to 18
years.
If not longer, depending on how long the set doesn't strike.
I think I saw somewhere that they're planning on 12 seasons.
Well, okay,
It'll
so
get to 5, 4.
Let's talk about that. There's enough material for them to have up to 15 seasons.
Okay.
The problem they have is that the actors are going to age. Eventually they're going to get older. So if they're not going to fast track the seasons, then it would probably go 6 seasons. They'd get about halfway around before they had to recast.
People love this shit.
Well, yeah, it's great. I love it. I've seen it. I've seen it probably 4 times, and then my wife and I made them watch it separately so it could get more views. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Sam stood there and locked his wife in the room and just watched her through the window and made her watch it.
You watch this or else. You looked away. You looked away.
You're on your phone. Give me your phone. No social media until this is done.
Yeah. Well,
all 15 of his kids had to watch it.
Whatever.
Put your straw hat back on now.
It just has to run. I don't care if she's really into it, but it does have to run.
There'll be a quiz at the end of this episode.
Gives each kid $1. Go in that room and watch this thing. Make sure it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oda Sensei should give you a personal thank you for all the
I'm only one man. I'm only one.
No, this is what, like I said, I was talking to a friend at this funeral, and she was saying like her kid, like this is the show they watched together and they've been connecting over it. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
I guess, yeah.
There were a trio of Spy Family announcements this week. Spy Family season 2 premieres October 2nd. They have a non-canon movie premiering in December called Code White. And then there's a Nintendo Switch Spy Family game coming next year, which is like basically playing out the activities of season 1 from the perspective of the daughter in the family, Anya Forger. So if you're a big fan of Spy Family like I am, you got a lot to look forward to in the next few months.
What the hell is this about?
So you have this.
No. Sorry. Go ahead. No, sorry. I know better to ask questions. No, it's okay.
Well, it's just about 3 people in a house, and none of them, they all have a secret. The dad is a spy, the girl is a telepath, and the mom is an assassin. And none of them are aware of the other's secret, and they're trying to.
Wait, she's a telepath. How should she?
Well, she knows. She knows their secrets, but she's also 6 years old. So she's just happy to not be an orphan anymore. So she's willing to keep their secrets for them. And also, they have a dog that can see the future.
Yep.
I got time.
And a bird that whistles Dixie, right?
It's a great show. It's a great show.
Whistle Dixie? What the hell? How old are you? 80?
It used to Is that on Crunchyroll?
Yes. It is. Next up, I wanted to let you guys know that many of you anime fans out there are fans of the works of Hayao Miyazaki, who did Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and a lot of the Studio Ghibli films. He came back out of retirement and put together this next movie coming out in December called The Boy and the Heron. And these are a few of the, in my view, very...
You said The Boy and the Heroine?
No, heron, it's a bird.
Sounds like a party.
Is that frogs climbing up this kid's face?
That's right.
He's about to lick the frogs.
The trailer is live now on YouTube, and these are a few scenes from the trailer itself. You've got a kid on fire, another kid getting wrapped up by paper or linen bandages or something, and then of course the frogs. I can't really tell what it's about. It's about life and death, I think, but this looks absolutely stunning, and I'm going to be.
Oh, good! I'm glad he came out of retirement so that a kid can lick some frogs and get set on fire. Good stuff.
It looks amazing. Crazy.
I know a kid who likes to lick frogs.
The Story of Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So look for that in theaters in December. It's already in theaters in Japan, and it's done very, very well in Japan. But it's coming to the United States in December.
Is Tony back?
Stories, Sam, or are they all one story?
Those are my dogs. These are all part of the same thing.
One story, not three separate stories in the movie.
Right. These are just images from the trailer that I clipped.
I want to make sure.
Remind us, where can we watch this?
Only in theaters nationwide, December 8th.
Oh, man. But then where does it go after that?
To your mom's house.
Straight to the dollar bin.
So where at my mom's house can I watch this? I was going to try to watch this piece of shit, but now I don't know.
Jeez.
It's an IMAX, man. Go to IMAX and watch it. I don't know when
For
it's going to
one fucking day, December 8th, I'm not fucking going out. Dude, you know what type of creep balls are going to be coming out of this fucking thing watching a kid get set on fire and fucking licking paw frogs? What kind of fucking weirdos you hang out with, bro?
Well, me, I'm the weirdo. I'm going to go see this.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be seen anywhere around weirdos like you walking out of the theater. Absolutely not.
Anyway, next up, this is not a WTF manga. This is a manga that's coming out tomorrow. It's called Kagura Bachi. I don't know what that means. Don't ask me what it means.
What's it mean?
It's about a swordsman, and he is slicing up everybody. So these are images from the chapter that's going to release tomorrow. You can see him slicing up basically the entire Yakuza. And then he's got the blood spatter on his face in the last image, the last panel. There's a lot of hype around this one. So if you guys are into Shonen Jump, look for Kagurabachi tomorrow. Read it. Let me know what you think. You can find it on the viz.com/Shonen Jump website, on the Shonen Jump app or the Manga Plus app. And let me know what you think. I'm really looking forward
also, if you can find the Yakuza papers besides Volume 1, I already rewatched that again. Please let me know where you could find that for very cheap or free.
Yeah.
What's Fruit Ninjas?
That's it for this week in anime news. Big news.
All right, good job as always, Sam.
Yes.
Where do you want to go now, Kyle? Since we're just fucking floating around.
That was a job.
Just go to first appearances.
You want to do first appearance, or do you want to do your movie war stuff?
No, I'm just keep going. I'm going to try to make it as close as I can. We'll do first appearances, then we'll do.
Let's make him run late.
Yeah.
First appearances of the week this week. This week we have again that Grandpa book. Batman Gargoyle of Gotham, first appearance of Crytoon.
God, they're running out of names.
Sounds good. Crytoon, huh? Okay, that's a cool book.
And then next up we have Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, first appearance of Reva, the third sister of the Inquisitors.
Yay. So nobody's going to buy that shit. Okay, next.
Tom already has 15 copies of each cover.
Yeah. Then we have Batman and Robin #1. First cameo appearance of everyone's most anticipated character of the year, Shush.
This was a good
Powder
cover.
of
They
Us.
really have. They really have just fucking. They just fucking.
I don't think they showed. They actually didn't show the shush. They just showed a gun in the shadows.
Cameo.
Says that's what cameo is, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
Then
first
we
appearance.
have-
I
it's on
think
the
there's a
cover.
picture of her in a.
World's finest teen titan. First appearance of Toy Boy. An
Ooh,
obsessive van of Wonder Girl.
Brewster came up with that name.
Don't look at me. I don't. Oh, never mind. Anyway, moving on. Next cover.
Really?
Then we
That's
have-
what they did? That's serious?
Yeah, Toy Boy. Yep.
An obsessive fan, and they call him Toy. The fuck out of here! What the fuck? I might actually buy it though because it could be funny. All right, go
Then
ahead.
we have Alligator Loki #1, the first appearance of Alligator Loki.
Yeah, no.
By that book.
No, no.
Yeah, dude, you
Then,
might be. Vince, you really might be.
then we have Spine Tingling Spider-Man 0, the first appearance.
What the fuck
of
is wrong with
Fleecs
those
boy.
fingers?
He's spine tingling, bro.
They should. There's so much they could have done with that character, Vince, and they fucking did a shit ass job.
And then we have the Werewolf by Night. The first.
Did you guys
appearance of
read
Dr.
this?
Necromancer.
No.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I
was
tried to,
disappointed.
and
yeah, me too.
I stopped.
It was-
I stopped
yeah.
after like the third page.
I did. I put it down, then picked it back up, then put it down. Oh fuck, man! I was like, no.
The
We'll
cover
turn it over to-
fucking. The cover made me not want to read it.
The Brucifer for Beyond the Lookout.
This
Yeah.
week's on the lookout books are Whitman variants. These were distributed from
White men
1977 through
Wow.
1979, and they were considered to be the first direct comics sold. They can only be obtained in packs, and they were sent to stores. And they're very hard to find because they were set on the shelves for months before people actually picked them up. So DC actually has the more expensive Whitmans because people believe that the Marvel ones are second prints or reprints, but they're not unless they actually say reprints on the cover. So the first book up is Legion of Superheroes 264 from 1980, last sold for $675 Canadian, which is about $500. Best offer accepted on 9/11. This is a raw price.
The shadowing on this is terrible because it looks like his sack is falling out of his pants.
Yeah, Steph's
Those
switching
One
away
Piece
that
70 suits. Next up, we have Batman.
Wait. Brucifer, do you have that outfit at home?
No,
He
I
totally
loaned it to Kyle.
I'll wear it next week.
Because I think I saw
Nipple
Marco
plant, yeah.
wearing something like that in Baltimore.
Oh,
I was.
oh.
It gets wild in Baltimore, bro.
Next
I'm
up,
going
we have
next year.
Batman 324 from 1980. Last sold for $468 Canadian, about $345 on 7/10, 32 after 32 bids. So another raw sale. Next up, we have Superman versus Muhammad Ali, the C-56 Whitman variant from 1978. Last sold for a buy it now of $150. As
I
you
think
can
they
see,
put that on one of Tony's templates so that it looks all used.
Distressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Distressed.
nobody will ever know that it's distressed.
Pulp cover.
I just like how there's no other superheroes around, and then you have this arrogant asshole just dressed in his Batman costume sitting right here in front ringside.
I am Batman.
Yeah,
I am Batman. You could easily show up as Bruce Wayne, and it would totally.
right.
And
But
why
now
is
he's got to
Jimmy
come
Carter
as Batman.
there? You got Jimmy Carter, Batman, Lex Luthor.
And
Sonny Bono.
why is
Sonny
Sonny
Bono.
Bono there?
Yeah, Sonny
Yeah.
Bono.
No.
I mean, it's Sonny Bono.
And Lex Luthor.
No, is that what's his name? That's the singer. Lionel
Lionel
Richie on
Richie.
the left. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Look, we have Clark Kent sitting in the audience right here.
That is true. That's
is
Clark
that
Kent.
Lucille
Right next to
Ball?
Stan
Yeah,
Lee and
Lucille
Bob
Ball
Barker.
over there. Yeah, Stanley and
Yeah.
Lucille
Yeah.
Ball.
Wow. Next up,
Really, who the fuck cares who in that one?
Batman 313 from 1979. So for $99, buy it now on 7/30. This is the first appearance of Jace Fox. Next up, we have Batman 307. First appearance of Lucius Fox in a CGC 9.8 from 1979. Sold for $700 on 6/23. Best offer accepted. So if you look for these Whitmans, they can either be DC. They're easily identified. The Marvel Whitmans, you will actually, some of them you have to look inside to the first page and it'll say Whitman, even though it'll have the black diamond on the top left. So there was a point where Marvel started using the black diamond and they weren't Whitmans, so people get confused. So just check that first cover and see if you find some Whitmans in those back bins. Thank you.
Nice job, Bruce. Good job.
Great job, Brucifer. I
Great
really
segment.
think that you should wear that suit though the next time, that bodysuit. That'd be great.
I only wear Timberlands with shorts, damn it. I'm not wearing that.
Next up, we have comic book Rock Wars.
Rock Wars! Rock Wars!
Last week we did Kraven's Last Hunt, and then we had Kill Switch and the options were Kill Switch Engaged, My Last Serenade. I believe that was Kyle's. Metallica from the Bell Tolls was mine, and then Rob Zombie Dragula was Sam, and From the Bell Tolls came out smelling like roses with 61% of the vote. So this week
I got second place. Nice.
Yeah.
Never heard of
this
any
week
of
we're
those.
doing Crisis on Infinite Earths. So basically what this is, Marco, is we're taking a storyline out of order through comics, and then we're picking a song that
Like a
best
theme song.
describes that story.
It's like a theme song. Like how Thor Ragnarok had that one side the
Good example. Thank you for that. That's
so like Crisis on Infinite Earths. For this one, I'm picking Power Man 5000's When Worlds Collide.
I'm picking Eye to Eye by Tevin Campbell from the Goofy movie soundtrack.
You're fucking really gonna do this? Huh?
Yes.
All right. What about you,
Wait,
Bruce?
a Goofy movie? Oh, come on now.
I'm serious.
Picking Iron Maiden, The Trooper.
Kyle, you got one?
I'm doing Talking Heads Psycho Killer.
Immigrant Song. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Marco's just you want to throw one out there, Marco?
I have no clue what the fuck you guys are doing or talking about at this point. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, whatever.
Cool.
Don't play along.
Yep. Next up, we have Ladies of the 90s, a tribute to the hotness we grew up with. And I'll hand it over to Kyle.
So last week I did Kelly Kapowski versus Kelly Bundy, and finally, somebody took down Kelly Kapowski.
Down goes Kapowski.
Down goes Kapowski. So what I'm doing is Kelly Bundy versus the Pink Ranger.
Oh, versus Amy Jo Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly Bundy.
Kelly Bundy. Kelly Bundy aged well too.
Joe Johnson. Wow.
That's a tough one.
I don't know who the other girl is.
Kyle, you really know how to pick them, man.
I think we should have like then and now pictures too. This isn't fair. Also, I think
No, we're not doing that.
because she's sure she could win.
We're not doing then and now.
She's still a smoke show. Christina Applegate's still a
Yeah,
smoke
Christina.
show.
That's to say, Christina Applegate's still very attractive. She aged very well. I don't know who the other person is, but
That's Amy Jo Johnson, man. She's a peak Power Ranger.
you keep saying that. Doesn't mean shit to me.
All right.
Okay, Marco's pretending he has no context for pop culture.
I know,
All right. Well, head on over to the Renovision.
Say her name and Pink. I mean, she. Yeah. What else was she in besides Pink Power Ranger?
Nothing, dude. She didn't need to be anything else.
Yeah.
What else does she need?
I don't. I mean, I guess Pink Power Ranger. Sure. Okay. Cool.
Oh, did I say Kimberly Jo Johnson? Sorry, yes. She's Kimberly in the show, and it's Amy Jo Johnson.
See, you don't
She's
even
the
know the
actress
name
name.
of the person.
I know her name.
You didn't say
Can
it
you
wrong.
separate the
You
two
didn't say it
when you
wrong
were
at all, man.
sleeping?
You got it right. It was fine.
All right.
So
Anyways,
Applegate wins this one, right? This is what we're
Yes,
saying.
of course.
head on over to the Renovision YouTube page. Click on that community tab, and make sure to vote in the polls for Rock Wars, Movie Wars, Hot Chick of the 90s now, and then the toys from the 90s. Last week we did Easy Bake Oven versus Creepy Crawlers. Creepy Crawlers took away with it 66% to 34%.
Damn, I was surprised.
What was Creepy Callers?
Yeah.
It was like the boy version of Easy Bake Oven, where you took like the gelatin and the like bug mold and put it in the little oven.
Marco had them both. You don't need to explain it to him.
No, I bought it. No, I did buy an Easy Bake Oven for my niece a couple years ago because they started remaking that stuff. Creepy Crawlers had a commercial though, right? Where it was like
Creepy Crawlers. Yeah.
And they just fling them at each other or not something, right?
They're gummies. You could eat them.
You could eat them?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're gummy scorpions and things like that. Yeah.
I want that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I love gummies.
So then this week we're just gonna do. I know Turtles were like 85, but they hit their peak in the 90s with the toys. So we're gonna do Power Rangers versus Ninja Turtles to finish off this segment.
Ninja Turtles.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Ninja Turtles are so cool.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles are way cooler.
Oh yeah.
I don't know much about the Power Rangers, but I do know that the Ninja Turtles are fucking dope.
We have no what the fuck story this week, so we'll hand it over to Sam for dodgeball and
So remember to go vote at the Renovision page, unless Pete decides to.
I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it.
Absolutely.
All right, this is just a catch compilation. We had, obviously because of our insurance problems, we were off this week. So this is a nice catch compilation. Everyone got a chance to really show off their catching skills. And,
so we get a clip show.
Wait, you can't just go to a fucking gym and throw the fucking ball at each other? You have to have what the fuck is this? Ain't this America?
Well, if you get hurt on school property, you could sue the school.
Yeah.
We'll go play outside in the parking lot.
Apparently.
Thanks, Marco. Doesn't help.
Racquetball court. I hear it's fun to play in.
Yeah, go fucking kick some old people off a pickleball court and fucking take that.
We used to play in a racquetball court, but then the guys decided they didn't want to play in a racquetball court anymore, and so now we're playing.
Oh yeah, you did used to play that racquetball court. Yeah.
Sometimes I wish we were still there because then in many ways it was a lot more fun to watch. Now we have to clip everything in order to make it fun to watch. So, whatever.
You should just make everyone get memberships to Lifetime Fitness and then just go play in their gym.
Well, it's not that expensive to go use the racquetball court, but it's not very big, and they're wanting to veer more towards like international and national competitions. So they want to practice on a big court because that's what everyone else is doing. So.
Play with the big boys.
You play one tournament in Italy, and now all of a sudden you're fucking Cinderella,
huh?
You guys went out there? Good. How'd that go?
It was amazing. We got second place. It was a good time.
Nice.
Hey, welcome back, AOA.
Really quick, Matt. You never asked me about my song for the final race.
Oh, sorry, Sticks. My bad. What's your song, Sticks?
Yeah.
Wow.
My pick for that is World Eater.
What?
You cut out World Eater by who?
Bolt Thrower. It's like a death metal, heavy metal band.
I'm sorry, Marco's negativity just kind of like sucked all the air.
Well, I don't listen to metal, so like all you guys with your like
it doesn't have to be metal. It could be any song you want.
I picked I2I from a Goofy movie.
I picked Talking Heads.
How about You're My Best Friend? You know that song, Robin Biggie said. You're my best friend.
How about Head Over Heels by Tears for Fears?
What the hell's going on? No. Jeez.
I'll pick Walking on Sunshine.
Whoa, where is this coming from?
What?
Is someone crying in someone else's YouTube stream right now? Is that what's going on?
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I'm not here for all this. I don't give a shit about all that stuff. Let's not
anyways
go there.
I'll tell you why. Anyway.
So wait, can I do It's a Best Friend?
Yeah, you can.
Good. All right.
You're my best friend.
Through thick and thin, 'cause you're my best friend. What else do we got here, guys?
Oh, here, IG.
Talk about the weather.
I did too, Joe.
Ooh.
That's it. We're done.
That's it.
We got through it all?
We got through it all.
Time to throw up the GIMP.
Well, hey, it was fun, guys.
Not over until the GIMP lady sings.
I do like that Peppa the Pig. I like the Peppa the Pig bell. I think I'm going to steal it back from you guys. It's pretty fun.
Ring the bell.
That's fine. Not ringing the bell, dude.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Just take all of our clips and move them over here, or what'd you do?
All
right, good stuff.
Hey, I mean, we have some.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
I like that.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Dude, let me see what's in your bread.
Boo!
We just flick.
Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
I like this one.
Stretch
I
them out.
didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it.
That's my favorite.
I like
That's
that
my
one.
favorite one.
And on that note, everybody,
Either you've got